This guy was all set to enjoy the college life of his dreams, but out of nowhere, he finds himself transmigrated into another world. And not just anywhere, he is stuck in the body of a decrepit, dying old man in a cultivation world. Refusing to accept this tragic fate, he tries to comfort himself, thinking, hey, if I got isekai'd, this old geezer has got to be some legendary hidden master, right? Let me check his memories. This place is the Kunlun realm, a world where cultivators rule supreme. The original owner of this body, Ye Junlin, was an absolute prodigy, reaching the golden core stage at a very young age. Thanks to his insane talent, he became the peak master of ethereal peak at the Schwantian sect, one of the 6 great sects of the Eastern Desolate Territory. But during a mission to wipe out evil cultivators, he was ambushed. His dantian was completely shattered, stripping him of all his power. Overnight, he became a total cripple. Over the next decade, he lost his mind, grew deeply depressed, and just rotted away in isolation up on this mountain. He completely shut out the world, right up until he reached the age of 110. Having inherited these memories, the newly transmigrated youth, now going by Ye Yunlin, wanted to cry a river. Seriously? I am just a regular powerless mortal now, and at this age, am I not about to kick the bucket at any second? I literally just got here. Suddenly, a spark of hope lights up in his mind. Wait a minute. Based on my years of experience reading and writing web novels, since I transmigrated, I must have a cheat system. I still have a chance. With that, Ye Junlin plants his cane into the ground, points a finger at the sky, and shouts, "System, your daddy is here. Show yourself right now." The only response is dead silence. Oh, so we are playing hide and seek now, huh? Come on, stop messing with me, Junlin says, growing impatient. Realizing the tough guy act isn't working, he quickly switches to a pathetic, pleading face. Big brother system, I was wrong. I was just joking. Please, just give me a sign. Wait, maybe it is not a system. What if I got the old grandpa in a ring trope instead? Junlin quickly fumbles through his clothes and, lo and behold, actually finds a ring. Master Yao, are you in there? Come on, old man, stop playing dumb. I know you are hiding in there. Still getting zero response, he chucks the ring away in frustration, points to the sky, and starts swearing like a sailor. Just then, a system screen pops up. System detection shows the host is swearing like a madman. The system is forced to activate its passive protocol. Please refrain from swearing and be a civilized human being. Oh my god, system, you finally showed up. I was starting to think I got isekai'd without a cheat code. We apologize. The system fell into a deep sleep and has only just woken up. To compensate the host, we are gifting you a starter pack. Would you like to open it? This is exactly what Junlin was begging for, so he immediately yells to open it. Congratulations, the host has acquired the special ability, the stronger. Whenever the host faces an opponent of a higher cultivation realm, you will immediately and permanently gain a power level that is 1 tier higher than theirs. And the best part? There are absolutely 0 side effects. Holy crap, are you for real? So if I, a regular mortal, pick a fight with an immortal right now, what happens? This system never lies. Give it a shot. I guarantee you will see for yourself. If that is true, does not that make me completely invincible? I will always be 1 step ahead of whoever I face. But right as Junlin is celebrating his upcoming godhood, the system drops a massive bombshell. Friendly reminder. The host has only 1 hour left to live. No way, I am kicking the bucket in an hour. I need to get down this mountain right now, pick a fight with someone, and trigger this ability to save my life. 30 minutes later, Junlin is limping down the mountain, grumbling and cursing. Oh, this is just great. You said immortals are everywhere on this mountain, so where are they? You are going to get me killed. Friendly reminder. The host has 35 minutes remaining. Stop nagging me. You are stressing my old bones out. Just then, Junlin spots a massive swarm of dark storm clouds and lightning, completely blanketing the sky over the next mountain peak. Right under those raging storm clouds, an intense showdown is happening between the Schwantian sect and the Demon King's army. Shu Yunian, the sect master of the Schwantian sect, leads his disciples and roars in fury, "How dare you? What vile creature dares to bring chaos to our Schwantian sect?" Spreading his massive wings, the Demon King sneers, "You hypocrites of the Schwantian sect, did you really think I was dead? Today, I will wipe every last one of you off the face of this earth." With a roar, Shu Yunian and his elders charge forward, ready to fight to the death against the demonic horde. Miles away, Junlin is desperately dragging his feet toward the battlefield. Hey, somebody come beat me up. Please, just punch me. But of course, those guys are too busy tearing each other apart to hear the faint cries of a crazy old man from miles away. Friendly reminder, the host now has only 20 minutes left to live. Please take immediate action. No way. Am I seriously about to get reincarnated this fast? They are too far away. There is no way they can hear me. At this rate, I will never reach them in time. I have no choice but to use my secret weapon. With that, Junlin turns right around and heads straight back to the peak. Back at the battlefield, the difference in cultivation is just too brutal, and the Demon King quickly gains the upper hand. With a single, devastating blow, half the Zhuantian sect is wiped out, and the survivors are left critically wounded and clinging to life. There is just no way around it. The gap between the Golden Core stage and the nascent Soul stage is an absolute mountain. The Demon King laughs. Who else wants to try me? Got anything else? Just sit still and wait for your coffin. But just as the Demon King was smugly gloating, a voice echoed from the opposite mountain. Hey, you stupid bird, get back here. Stop looking around, I'm talking to you. Old man, do you really want to die that badly? Who dared to insult him again? Ye Junlin, holding a megaphone, wasn't afraid at all. In fact, he screamed even louder. Stupid bird, if you've got a problem, come over here and fight me. Your grandpa is standing right here waiting for you. If you don't bring your feathery butt over here, you're my son. Fortunately, Ye Junlin realized it just in time. He remembered seeing a megaphone in the old man's house in his memories, which only required a spirit stone to activate. Otherwise, by the time he reached the scene, he would have already kicked the bucket. Shu Yunian also noticed Ye Junlin's presence and was instantly struck with disbelief. Is that junior brother Ye? Su Qianshu, the peak master of Tianshang Peak, who was standing behind him, was equally shocked. My God, is that the once legendary peak master of Misty Peak? Zhao Deju, the peak master of Kangjian Peak, blurted out. He's been in seclusion from the world for decades. Why is he suddenly showing up here? Shu Yunian speculated that he probably wanted to help out, but sadly, he was ambushed back then, and his cultivation was completely ruined, leaving him crippled. By now, the Demon King also recognized Ye Junlin. Turns out it's just that old cripple from decades ago. Yet Ye Junlin dared to mock the Azure Rock Demon King. Was he tired of living? Grandson, I don't even need any cultivation to destroy you and turn you into a roasted quail. If you've got the guts, come at me. As Ye Junlin provoked him, the system simultaneously chimed in with a notification. Friendly reminder from the system. The host has only 10 seconds left before sudden death. Why is this stupid bird just rambling and wasting time with useless talk? If he doesn't hit me, I'm a goner. While Ye Junlin was panicking internally, the Demon King finally unleashed a palm strike right before his lifespan was about to run out. System detection. Host is under attack by an early-stage nascent soul enemy. Activating the passive effect. The stronger the adversity, the stronger the host. Acquiring mid-stage nascent soul cultivation. Following the announcement, the old, frail Ye Junlin vanished. In his place stood a strikingly handsome young man with wild silver hair. With a single hand raised to the sky, he effortlessly blocked the Demon King's incoming strike, triggering an earth-shattering explosion. So this is the power of the nascent soul realm? As expected of the human world's top-tier combat power. Truly terrifying. Ye Junlin smiled and asked, Are you also at the nascent soul realm? The Demon King thought to himself in shock. His cultivation is actually even higher than mine. The members of the Zhuantian sect were still in absolute shock. How was this possible? Junior brother Ye was actually a nascent soul powerhouse. So those years of being a cripple were just a cover to deceive everyone. On the outside, he acted like an ordinary mortal, but in reality, he had quietly broken through to the nascent soul realm. Junior brother Ye, you're a total fraud. The nascent soul realm. There are barely any of them in the entire Wasteland province, yet one has actually appeared in our Zhuantian sect. By now, the Demon King was practically wetting himself with fear. Fellow Taoist, what happened just now was completely a misunderstanding. I've decided to settle our differences. I will pay a formal visit to your esteemed sect when I have the time. You destroyed the foundation of the Zhuantian sect and slaughtered countless disciples, and now you have the nerve to tell me it was all a misunderstanding? How about I wipe out your entire clan and slaughter your whole sect, and then tell you it was just an accidental misunderstanding? Does that sound reasonable to you? While Ye Junlin was confronting the Demon King, the system chimed in. Congratulations to the host for obtaining cultivation for the first time. You have received a random system reward, the Great Desolate Imprisoning Heaven Finger. Forced into a corner, the Demon King tried to negotiate. Your cultivation is only slightly stronger than mine. The gap isn't that big. Do you really want to drag this into a life and death battle? I don't bother those who don't bother me, but if someone dares to cross me, I will make them pay tenfold. Besides, a vile monster like you, who has slaughtered countless humans, deserves nothing but death. Realizing he couldn't sway Ye Junlin, the Demon King unleashed his full power, determined to burn his core and drag Ye Junlin down to hell with him. But with a single sweep of his great desolate imprisoning heaven finger, Ye Junlin instantly vaporized the Demon King. Seeing this, the rest of his clan tried to flee, but Ye Junlin easily wiped them all out before they could escape. With the dust settled, he walked over to Shu Yunian and said, "Those foul birds won't be troubling the Swantian sect ever again." Shu Yunian cupped his hands in deep gratitude. "Junior brother Yi, we truly owe you our lives. I must apologize. I really thought your cultivation had been ruined and that you'd completely given up. I never imagined you had already broken through to the nascent soul realm. What are you talking about? Look at how handsome and elegant junior brother Yi is. How could he ever be completely broken?" Su Qianshui said with a laugh. Zhao Deju agreed. "Exactly. Junior brother Ye is just incredibly humble. That's why he didn't boast about it and chose to protect our sect from the shadows." Hearing this, Yi Junlin let out a silent sigh of relief, thinking to himself, "Not bad. This guy sure has a wild imagination. Well, that works out perfectly. Saves me the headache of trying to explain everything." Just then, a disciple from the Swantian sect rushed in, carrying a severely injured senior brother. A disciple rushed in, gasping for breath. "Sect Master, disaster has struck. The Wind Thunder sect suddenly invaded and seized our spirit veins and ore veins. Every single disciple guarding them has been slaughtered." Hearing this, Shu Yunian was completely blindsided. "What? This is outrageous. The Wind Thunder sect has always played nice with us. Where did they get the nerve to pull a stunt like this? Without those spirit veins, our path to cultivation is completely cut off. They are practically driving us to our graves. Junior brother Ye, I plan to lead our disciples to take back our resources. Are you willing to join me?" At that, Shu Yunian trailed off, his eyes searching Ye Junlin's face. The Wind Thunder sect was one of the 6 major sects of Wasteland Province. While they had plenty of clashes in the past, they had always kept things within reasonable bounds. For them to launch an all-out invasion now, they were clearly using the Demon Clan's influence as a cover to strike. Talk about a dirty, underhanded move. Just as Ye Junlin realized this, a system notification chimed in, activating a new check-in quest. "Please complete the sign-in at the Wind Thunder sect. The host will receive unimaginable rewards." Another quest? Well, since he got stronger the tougher his opponents were, he might as well head straight to their territory and use them for target practice. Keeping his thoughts to himself, Ye Junlin looked at Shu Yonian and said, "You guys go ahead with your plans. As for me, I'm heading straight to the Wind Thunder sect to wipe them out." With that, Ye Junlin took flight and soared away, leaving everyone from the Zwantian sect staring in absolute awe. How many years has it been since our Schwantian sect was this powerful? Wait, Sect Master, have we ever been this powerful? With Peak Master Ye on our side, we can easily become the #1 sect among the 6 major sects of Wasteland Province. Meanwhile, over at the Wind Thunder sect, the members were celebrating, absolutely thrilled after pulling off their dirty scheme against the Zwantian sect. "I can't believe everything went this smoothly. After luring the Demon King to the Swantian sect, we easily seized all of their spirit veins. Now, nothing can stop us from becoming the strongest sect in Wasteland Province. But, are we sure that Demon King won't turn on us next? What is there to fear? Today, the Wind Thunder sect has invited a legendary figure from Yuhua Gate. With him here, we don't have a single thing to worry about." High above, Chen Wanhai, the sect master of the Wind Thunder sect, asked with a beaming smile, "Elder Mu, I heard that my son, Chen Xiao, performed exceptionally well at Yuhua Gate and was even taken in as a personal disciple by a certain venerable. Is that true?" Elder Mu replied, "Sect Master Chen, I rushed all the way here from Azure Province precisely for this. Your son has caught the eye of Venerable Zhu Yang, who has even passed down supreme Dao techniques to him. His future prospects are truly boundless." "Fantastic. In that case, my son actually has a shot at becoming an immortal." At that moment, Elder Mu pulled out a small box and handed it to Chen Wanhai. "This is a premium nascent soul pill. Your esteemed son asked me to deliver it to you. Seeing this, the surrounding disciples quickly began to brown nose. Congratulations, sect master. With this pill, you're guaranteed to break through and become a nascent soul cultivator. Haha, my boy is so thoughtful. Today is truly a double celebration. Ah, that reminds me. Elder Mu, what about that demon king? Understanding his concern, Elder Mu replied, I will take care of him for you on my way. That would be wonderful. Thank you for your trouble, Elder. Honestly, if you hadn't pointed out the Demon King's actual cultivation realm, our Wind Thunder sect would have completely missed this perfect opportunity to snatch the Swantian sect's resources. Just as Chen Wanhai finished speaking, Ye Junlin shattered their grand array and strolled right into the main hall. Who goes there? Are you tired of living? How dare you barge into my Wind Thunder sect's main hall? Chen Wanhai bellowed in fury. Ye Junlin smirked. I am Ye Junlin, and I barged in here today to wipe your Wind Thunder sect off the map. Right on cue, a system notification chimed. Sign-in successful at the Wind Thunder sect. Congratulations, host. You have obtained the Human King seal and the Great Void Art. The sheer pressure radiating from Ye Junlin sent a wave of terror washing over everyone from the Wind Thunder sect. The nascent soul realm. This guy is actually a nascent soul cultivator. How on earth did our Wind Thunder sect offend someone of his caliber? Gulping down his fear, Chen Wanhai asked cautiously, Fellow Taoist, may I ask what brings you to our Wind Thunder sect? Oh? Still playing dumb, are we? Did you not hear my name clearly? I am the Peak Master of Misty Peak from the Zhuantian sect, Ye Junlin. You lot colluded with a demon king to invade my sect's territory, a crime beyond forgiveness. Today, the Wind Thunder sect ceases to exist. Ye Junlin? It's you? Wasn't your cultivation completely destroyed in an ambush? How can you possibly be in the nascent soul realm? Chen Wanhai gasped in utter disbelief, his mind racing. And if he's standing here right now, it means the Azure Rock Demon King has already been defeated. Damn Shuantian sect, they were hiding their cards deep, but thank goodness Elder Mu is here. Even if this kid is in the nascent soul realm, fighting us is like throwing an egg against a stone. Elder Mu, how do you see this situation? Not letting Chen Wanhai down, Elder Mu picked up on his silent plea for help and immediately threatened Ye Junlin. Brat, get on your knees and cripple both of your arms right now, and I might just spare your life while I'm still in a good mood. Ye Junlin casually cleaned his ear with his pinky. You senile old geezer. Who do you think you are, demanding I show you respect? How arrogant. With those words, Elder Mu unleashed the terrifying power of the deity transformation realm, leaving the members of the Fenglai sect in absolute awe. This pressure is insane. With a deity transformation expert on our side, that guy Ye Junlin from the Shuantian sect is completely finished. Backed by such a powerful master, Chen Yunhai did not hesitate to talk trash, sneering, Ye Junlin, I could not end your life back then. But today, there is no way you are getting away. Once you are dead, the Shuantian sect will have no one left to protect them. Taking over will be a walk in the park. Hurry up and get on your knees, beg Elder Mu for mercy, and maybe he will leave you with an intact corpse. Deity transformation, huh? Nice, very nice. Meanwhile, Shu Union was fighting his way through the Fenglai sect members at the Shuantian sect spirit vein, desperately trying to survive. A disciple from the Fenglai sect tried to threaten him by bringing up the Yuhua sect elder, currently staying at their sect. He sneered, Hey, did you really think we would dare invade your precious Shuantian sect alongside those beasts if we did not have the backing of the Yuhua sect? The elder came to our Fenglai sect because our young sect master joined the Yuhua sect in Qingzhou years ago. Thanks to his brilliant talent and rapid progress, the Yuhua sect highly values him. I do not know how you dealt with that beast, but if I were you, I would stop right now. Do that, and we might let you live to be our loyal dogs. Annoyed by the chatter, Shu Union decapitated the disciple with a single strike, then ordered his men to rush to the Fenglai sect to save Peak Master Ye. Maybe Peak Master Ye can handle the Yuhua sect, Su Qianxue suggested, but Zhao Deju instantly shot the idea down. No way. A Yuhua sect elder is at least at the deity transformation realm. In front of him, even a nascent soul cultivator is like an egg hitting a rock. Even if I have to trade my own life, I will beg the Yuhua sect to spare Peak Master Ye. He is the only hope for our Shuantian sect. Shu Unian gritted his teeth, silently praying, Junior brother, please do not do anything reckless. Back at the Fenglai sect main hall, Seeing the smirk on Ye Junlin's face, the Fenglai sect crowd mocked him. He is about to die, and he is still smiling? This kid must have been scared out of his mind by Elder Mu's deity transformation pressure. With his pathetic strength, he is not even worthy of carrying Elder Mu's shoes. Elder Mu sneered with pure disdain. A mere cultivator from a backwater town in Huangzhou dares to act arrogant in front of me? Your Zhuantian sect is nothing but an ant's nest. To the Yuhua sect, the Zhuantian sect is just dust that can be wiped away at any moment, and you are nothing but a piece of trash, unworthy of even being mentioned. But since you have angered me, even if you beg on your knees right now, I will still wipe your entire Zhuantian sect off the face of the earth. Ye Junlin scoffed. Then come on, hurry up and destroy me. Stop wasting your breath. What the hell is a deity transformation realm anyway? If you have got the balls, let's settle this one-on-one. Whoever runs is a coward. Furious at Junlin's provocation, Elder Mu snapped. He threw a powerful palm strike, and immediately, Junlin's system chimed in. Warning, host is being attacked by a late-stage deity transformation enemy. Activating passive effect. The stronger the enemy, the stronger you get. Having gained peak deity transformation cultivation, Junlin easily countered Elder Mu's attack with a casual wave of his hand, leaving the old man utterly dumbfounded as he gasped, "What? How can you also be in the deity transformation realm?" Chen Yunhai's jaw dropped in absolute shock. How is this possible? How can a tiny, insignificant sect like Zhuantian have a deity transformation powerhouse protecting them? The Zhuantian sect is truly terrifying to have kept such a trump card hidden. How could anyone in this impoverished Huangzhou region ever reach the deity transformation stage? And a peak stage one at that. In this desolate land of Huangzhou, even a nascent soul cultivator can establish their own sect. That alone is enough to keep a sect standing strong for 1,000 years. A deity transformation cultivator has never existed here before. Besides, this kid is so young, how could he possibly reach this level? Chen Yunhai asked Elder Mu, sweating with anxiety. Elder Mu, what do we do now? You have to save our Fenglai sect. What is there to panic about? Don't forget that I come from the Yuhua sect of Qingzhou. The immortal techniques I possess are far beyond anything he could ever imagine. Hearing this, Junlin burst into laughter and scoffed. Old man, do you really think your cultivation techniques are superior to mine? Absurd. The trash techniques of a tiny sect like yours cannot even compare to our Yuhua sect's techniques. There is a world of difference. Let me open your eyes and show you the true power of an earth-grade divine ability. With that, Elder Mu unleashed his Taiyi Azure wood palm, striking at Junlin, and leaving the Fenglai sect crowd gasping in awe once again. As expected of the Yuhua sect, initiating with an earth-grade technique, Elder Mu sneered with supreme confidence. Kid, being able to die by my hand is the greatest honor a low-class cultivator like you could ever ask for. Just some parlor tricks, and you dare to show off in front of me? With those words, Junlin activated the Human Emperor seal, instantly shattering Elder Mu's Taiyi Azure wood palm into nothingness. Seeing Junlin invoke the mighty seal that dominated heaven and earth as he prepared to strike, a terrified Elder Mu tried to use the Yuhua sect's name to threaten him. But of course, he still met his pathetic end under Junlin's overwhelming power. With his only backer gone, Chen Yunhai fell to his knees in absolute terror, begging for his life. Please, spare us, Divine Lord Yi. This is all a huge misunderstanding. Our Wind Thunder sect is ready to surrender. We are willing to serve you like cattle and horses. The disciples, seeing this, also bowed down and begged, Yes, yes, we are all willing to follow you, Divine Lord. We will serve you like cattle and horses. Ha, you think you are worthy of being my dogs? As expected, when Chen Wanhai realized begging would not work, he resorted to threats. Divine Lord, my son Chen Xiao has the potential to become an immortal. Right now, he has even been taken in as a personal disciple by a venerable elder of the Yuhua sect. Can you really afford to offend us? Don't ruin your own future. Hearing this, Junlin only grew more amused. This was exactly what he wanted. I will say it again. If you cross me, I will punish you. This time, it was your Wind Thunder sect that targeted our Zhuantian sect first. I already said that you will cease to exist today, and I always keep my word. With those words, Junlin unleashed a single palm strike, turning the Wind Thunder sect to ashes. Before breathing his last, Chen Wanhai did not forget to shout. This blood-soaked humiliation. My son will definitely repay it 1,000, no, 10,000 times over. Well then, I will be eagerly waiting for your immortal son to come and deliver some free experience points to me. Having settled the matter, Junlin was on his way back. Suddenly, the group from the Swantian sect arrived. Thank goodness, junior brother Yi is still here. Shu Yunyan grabbed Junlin's hand and spoke anxiously. Consider yourself lucky. I heard an elder from the Yuhua sect came by. He probably was not here by pure chance, allowing you to escape death. It is still not too late for us to leave right now. Junlin brushed his hand away and smiled. Are you talking about that elder? I already took him down. What? You actually killed an elder of the Yuhua sect? Was he not a cultivator at the soul formation stage? Su Tianshui smiled and said, See, I told you. Peak Master Ye's strength is extraordinary. He can totally handle this on his own. Shu Yunyan still found it hard to believe. How is that possible? How could junior brother Ye defeat someone in the soul formation stage? Junlin patted Shu Yunyan on the shoulder. Actually, I am also at the soul formation stage. Let's not talk about that now. Hurry up and sweep through the Wind Thunder sect. We need to replenish our resources. Just then, Zhao Deju stepped forward to report that he had found a nascent soul pill. It was the very pill that Chen Xiao had asked Elder Mu to deliver to Chen Wanhai. Sect Master, you should use this nascent soul pill to break through to the nascent soul realm as soon as possible. That way, our Xuantian sect will become a bit stronger, Yunlin said generously. Right at that moment, his system rang with a notification. A suitable candidate for a disciple has been detected within a 100-mile radius. Suspected to be a demon sect leader at the True Immortal level. Does the host wish to recruit them as a disciple? Completing this task will yield unimaginable rewards. Awesome. A new mission, and it is to recruit a disciple. On top of that, the target is a True Immortal level demon sect leader. If I can use my cheat to win him over, won't I become an immortal instantly? When that happens, I will be absolutely invincible in both Huangzhou and Qingzhou. Su Tiangshu spoke up with some worry. Even though we wiped out the Wind Thunder sect thanks to Peak Master Ye, we have offended the Yuhua sect. Will there still be any place left for us and the Zwantian sect to hide in the entire eastern region? Shu Yunyan sighed deeply. That's right, the Yuhua sect is incredibly powerful. It is not a power our Zwantian sect can stand against. Junior brother Ye, you have unmatched talent. You absolutely cannot let your future be buried here. It is better for you to leave the eastern region. If the Yuhua sect comes to hold us accountable later, at worst, we will sacrifice ourselves. As long as you survive, the Zwantian sect still has a chance to rise again. Shu Yunyan's words actually received a nod of agreement from both Su Tiangsu and Zhao Dezu. The sect master is absolutely right. Yes, Peak Master Yi is an outstanding talent. It would be a tragedy if he perished here. Not only them, but even the disciples of the Zwantian sect were willing to sacrifice themselves to protect Ye Junlin. Exactly. Peak Master Yi will surely carry our hopes and forge a new path for us. He will make the name of the Zwantian sect resound across all four directions once again. We will stand our ground right here. Even at the very last moment, we will never take a step back. Peak Master Ye, please leave with peace of mind and unleash your full potential elsewhere. Hearing these words, Junlin could not help but feel deeply touched. This sect truly possessed an incredible sense of unity. Smiling, he replied, Thank you all for believing in me, but don't worry. Since I dared to do it, I have already thoroughly considered the consequences. Leave everything from now on to me. I will handle it properly. I will leave this place to you, Sect Master. Take your time cleaning up. I have some urgent matters to attend to first. With that, Junlin quickly set off to find his new disciple. Meanwhile, in the bamboo forest of Zixu, the severely injured Hong Tianye was being chased by a perverted old man. My beauty, don't run. Let this Taoist master have some fun with you. Furious, Hong Tianye snapped. Get lost. How many times do I have to tell you? I am a man, a real man. But the old man refused to believe him, saying, How could such a gorgeous girl be a man? Stop lying to this old man. Talk about a tiger falling to the plains and being bullied by dogs. To think that I, the formidable leader of the Baihuo demon sect, once shook the entire central region. Starting as a true immortal, I ruled a massive empire of 100,000 nations with billions of worshippers. Who would have thought that my enemies would team up with multiple sacred lands to launch a massive purge on my Baihuo demon sect? I was left with no choice but to. Completely draining his origin energy, he risked his life to break through the encirclement and escape to this desolate wasteland, never expecting to end up in such a pathetic state. While Hong Tianye was crying internally, that old man, who was at the late core formation stage, tried to use his 5 solidifying origin nails to suppress him, but Hong Tianye shattered the technique with his scarlet flame shield. How could someone only at the foundation establishment stage resist him? Could this kid be a prodigy from some major sect out on a leisurely stroll? The old man was slightly surprised at first, but he quickly switched to hidden weapons and successfully subdued Hong Tianye. Seeing the old man draw closer, Hong Tianye couldn't help but rip his shirt open, showing off his muscular chest to prove he was a man. The old man was shocked at first, but he quickly decided he didn't mind swinging that way, which absolutely infuriated Hong Tianye. He immediately burned his entire inner core and unleashed a palm strike that blasted the old man into oblivion. Talk about terrible luck. My inner core is practically shattered. I need to find a place to recover quickly before figuring out my next move. Just as Hong Tianye was about to leave, he suddenly heard a voice say, "That pervert got what he deserved, and you certainly have quite a background." "Who is there?" Hong Tianye barked, scanning his surroundings warily until another old man emerged. "Young friend, do not worry. This old man was simply passing by. I am not an ally of that pervert, and my preferences are perfectly normal, so you can put your mind at ease." Hearing this, Hong Tianye let his guard down slightly, cupping his hands in respect. "That is good to hear. In that case, fellow cultivator, we shall meet again if fate allows. Farewell." But right at that moment, the old man suddenly closed the distance between them. "Compared to that last fool, I am far more interested in the secrets you are hiding. Let me peer into your mind to see how you managed to master such powerful divine abilities." Hong Tianye was like a fish on a chopping board, and just as he was about to kick the bucket, Junlin appeared like a god, sending the old man to his final rest with a single palm strike. After dealing with the old man, Junlin looked at Hong Tianye and asked in disappointment, "Hey system, did you really tell me this guy was a demon cult leader, or a true immortal? He is just a weak, pathetic foundation establishment cultivator. Who are you trying to fool? The system is not lying to you. This individual was indeed a demon cult leader at the True Immortal realm. His cultivation has simply regressed. The Eye of Insight has been activated for the host. Name, Hong Tianye. Gender, male. Talent, immortal grade. Spiritual root, fire. Attribute. Status, injured. Former identity, leader of the sacred fire cult, a cultivator who ascended to the True Immortal realm. Current cultivation, early foundation, establishment stage. Damn, it is actually true. But wait, this guy is seriously a man?" Junlin smirked as he looked at Hong Tianye. With that smooth, pale skin, delicate features, and flowing long hair, any girl would feel insecure looking at him. Anyone would mistake his gender at first glance. Although he is only at the foundation establishment stage, with his talent and past experience, reclaiming his former peak will definitely be a breeze. Taking him in as a disciple is definitely a winning deal. Thinking of this, Junlin smiled and said, "I see that you possess an extraordinary constitution. You are a rare cultivation genius. Starting today, I have decided to take you in as my disciple. What do you think?" "What, you want to take me as your disciple?" Hong Tianye asked in shock, thinking to himself, "Is he after my secrets and trying to exploit me? The truth is, my treasures and opportunities are far beyond what a soul transformation cultivator in a desolate place like you could ever fathom. With your level of cultivation, you wouldn't have even qualified to join the outer sect of my sacred fire cult back in the day. A mere soul transformation cultivator dares to dream of becoming my master? Keep dreaming." Junlin narrowed his eyes and asked, "What is it? Judging by your expression, you do not seem very willing to become my disciple." Seeing the dangerous glint in Junlin's eyes, Hong Tianye shuddered. "Although he does not deserve to be my master, my current cultivation is not enough to resist him. As long as there is life, there is hope. Once I regain my cultivation, I can turn the tables on him. It is just an act anyway, so I might as well play along." Thinking of this, Hong Tianye immediately knelt down and cried out, "Disciple Hong Tianye pays respects to Master. To be accepted under Master's tutelage is the greatest honor of my life." At the same time, he silently swore in his heart, "One day, I will wash away this humiliation. Just you wait. I will have my revenge." Junlin sighed and said, "Good disciple, rise quickly. From now on, your master shall call you Little Hong." Hearing the name Little Hong, Hong Tianye was so enraged that veins popped on his forehead, but he forced himself to hold back and replied, "Yes, master." Junlin chuckled to himself. This kid's fake act is so obvious, but it does not matter. After all, The stronger my opponent, the stronger I get. Why would I fear your betrayal? System announcement. Congratulations to the host for completing the disciple recruitment mission. Reward. A divine technique and an automatic cultivation mode. Congratulations, host, on receiving the heaven-burying coffin, which contains 108 seals that will gradually unlock as the host's realm rises. Currently, it is a grade 3 spiritual treasure. The heaven-burying coffin can bury the heavens, bury the earth, and bury all creation. It can be used to refine any living being, even those in the late stages. It can bury all existence in the heavens, Junlin thought in surprise. Oh, automatic cultivation? So, does that mean I can just lie back and still get stronger? According to my memories, all techniques and divine abilities progress through 5 stages. Beginner, minor success, major success, grand perfection, and transcendence. With each stage, their power and effects can multiply by 10 or even 100 times. This treasure rewarded by the system actually claims to be so powerful that it can even bury the heavenly Tao. I'm really starting to look forward to seeing just how terrifyingly powerful this heaven-burying coffin will become once my cultivation level rises. System announcement. The host's disciple's talent has been detected. The system is providing a free upgrade package. Reward. The fire attribute cultivation technique. The 3000 flame scripture. Reward. A fire origin pill, used to repair fire. Attribute spiritual roots, rebuilding a supreme foundation. This completes the rewards for this quest. Is the host satisfied? Junlin smirked and thought to himself, now this is the kind of respect a system should show to a transmigrator from Huaxia. Haha. He then turned to look at Hong Tianye, who was still fuming beside him, and thought, let's see just how arrogant this incredibly talented disciple of mine can get. Junlin then spoke up. Little Hong, you can't just keep looking so gloomy and angry all the time. Do you think I'm not worthy of being your master? Hong Tianye panicked and said, Master, you misunderstand. No matter what, this is just how my face normally looks. Privately, he sneered. Ha! A mere deity transformation ant acting all high and mighty? You really think you can lecture me? Junlin took out a book and said, It seems if I don't show you what I'm capable of, you won't respect me. This technique is my apprenticeship gift to you. Make sure you study it well. Thank you, Master, Hong Tianye said as he took the manual, though he was completely dismissive inside. Haha, let me see what kind of garbage a deity transformation cultivator from this desolate wilderness is trying to fool me with. The 3000 flame scripture? What? A trashy technique with such a boastful name? Talking to himself, Hong Tianye began to open the manual to take a look. Before long, utter shock washed over Hong Tianye's face. His eyes widened as he stared at the manual in his hands, screaming internally. This is impossible. The chaotic raging fire technique that helped me ascend to immortality was supposed to be the absolute best fire attribute technique in the central domain. But compared to this 3000 flame scripture, it is literally nothing but garbage. This 3000 flame scripture completely shatters everything I knew about fire attribute cultivation. It's definitely at the immortal grade, or maybe even the legendary saint grade. In the cultivation world, all techniques are divided into specific grades: mortal, spiritual, profound, earth, heaven, sovereign, immortal, and saint. With the help of this technique, my strength will grow beyond imagination. Simply returning to a true immortal will no longer satisfy me. Seeing Hong Tianye's expression, Junlin smiled and asked, Judging by your look, you must be quite pleased with the technique I've given you, right? Hong Tianye forced out a smile and replied, Thank you for the technique, Master. Your disciple has already benefited immensely. Secretly, he thought, just how insanely lucky is this guy to stumble upon such a supreme opportunity in a desolate place like this? Right at that moment, Junlin pulled out another item and said, Since you've grasped the technique, let me give you a pill to assist you further. Spotting the pill in Junlin's hand, Hong Tianye's jaw dropped as he cried out, Is this a fire origin pill, and you're giving it to me? He quickly took the fire origin pill, thinking, to cultivators specializing in fire attribute techniques, a fire origin pill is practically a divine pill sent from heaven. Its boosting effects are incredible, and it's so precious that even immortals would literally fight to the death over it. How could a minor deity transformation cultivator possibly possess both of these things? Even at my absolute peak, I wouldn't have been able to get my hands on them. Junlin suddenly asked, Little Hong, Could it be that you have doubts about the gifts your master has given you? Startled, Hong Tianye quickly adjusted his expression, bowed with cupped hands, and said respectfully, Master, absolutely not. Meeting you and being accepted as your disciple is the greatest blessing of my 3 lifetimes. But inside, he sneered, this guy probably has no idea just how extremely rare this technique and pill actually are. He must have stumbled upon them in some ancient ruins by sheer luck. I need to keep my composure. Meanwhile, Junlin chuckled to himself. Just what is going on inside this demon sect leader's head? His expression keeps changing. It's actually pretty hilarious. On the outside, however, he showed no emotion, simply nodding as he said, go ahead and consume this pill. I will personally protect you while you cultivate. Understood. Thank you, Master. With that, Hong Tianye popped the fire origin pill into his mouth and immediately sat down cross-legged to begin. He began to circulate his energy. Half an hour later, Junlin, standing to the side, whispered to himself, Foundation establishment stage, mid, late, peak, perfect circle, golden core, early nascent soul. This guy must be a reincarnated true immortal. In just half an hour, he broke through all the way from foundation establishment to nascent soul. Not bad at all. Definitely a prime seed. At that exact moment, Hong Tianye suddenly opened his eyes and let out a long, powerful roar. Overjoyed, he thought to himself, amazing. I can't believe breaking through is this fast. Once I return to the mid-realm, I will absolutely avenge my past humiliation. Then, remembering Junlin was still there, he coughed twice and said, I've startled you, Master. Forgive my insolence. Junlin replied, No worries. Follow me back to the sect, and I'll introduce you to your martial uncles. Late that afternoon, outside the main hall of the Zhuantian sect, the disciples were gossiping. Peak Master Ye is insane. He literally took down a nascent soul expert with just a single finger. He saved our Zhuantian sect from total annihilation time and time again. Man, I was so blind back then to miss the chance to join Misty Peak. Otherwise, I'd be a disciple of Misty Peak by now. But with Peak Master Ye's crazy power, his standards for recruiting disciples must be sky high. They had no idea who could ever catch his eye. But just as they were discussing Junlin, he landed, bringing Hong Tianye with him. Seeing him, the disciples immediately cried out, Look, everyone, Peak Master Yi is back. Whoa, who's that woman behind him? She's gorgeous. Where did she come from? How is she so close to Peak Master Ye? As for Hong Tianye, he scanned his surroundings and muttered to himself, This cultivation sect is pathetic. These people are so weak they wouldn't even be fit to polish the shoes of our demon sect. Just then, the sect master and elders rushed out to greet them. Shu Union asked, Junior brother Ye, how did your trip go? Junlin placed a hand on Hong Tianye's shoulder and smiled. This is a disciple I picked up along the way. Little Hong, come pay your respects to the sect master. Shu Union gasped, a disciple? Su Tianxue was equally shocked. Peak Master Ye, where on earth did you find such a beautiful girl to be your disciple? Suddenly, Hong Tianye flashed before Su Tianxue like a gust of wind, snapping, I am a man. At the same time, he unleashed his powerful aura. Terrified, Su Tianxue took several steps back, trembling as she stammered, Nah, nascent soul. Junlin angrily smacked Hong Tianye on the head and barked, Little Hong, watch your manners. This is my senior sister. Apologize right now. Hong Tianye could only lower his hands respectfully and say, My apologies. I was out of line. Deep down, he thought, just bear with it for a little longer. Once I reach soul formation, I will definitely pay him back for this humiliation. Junlin smiled and said, A teachable kid. Now that introductions are over, I'll take little Hong back to Misty Peak to get him settled. Shu Yunian replied, All right, go ahead you two. With that, Junlin and his disciple flew off toward Misty Peak. Watching them fly away, Shu Yunian murmured, Where did Peak Master Yi find a nascent soul disciple? He truly is deep and unpredictable. Beside him, Su Tianxue sighed in awe. In less than a single day, junior brother Yi has given us so many unbelievable surprises. On the other side, Junlin led Hong Tianye back to Misty Peak. You are my eldest disciple, so feel free to pick any spot on this peak. Don't be shy. Smiling, Junlin pushed the door open and walked inside. Hong Tianye followed him in, only to see absolute desolation. His face twitched as he forced out, Thank you, master. But inside he was screaming, What kind of dump is this? Even the disciples' quarters in the fire-worshipping demon sect are 100 times more luxurious than this. Am I seriously supposed to live in a place like this? Junlin chuckled and said, Remember, only the weak complain about their environment. The strong learn to adapt. To a cultivator, these are just worldly distractions. It's a bit dusty, so go ahead and clean it up yourself. With that, he flew off, leaving a furious Hong Tianye clenching his fists. It's fine. I can endure this, he thought. With my current cultivation speed, I'll turn the tables in no time. Ye Junlin, just you wait. Meanwhile, in the True Inheritance Hall of the Yuhua sect in Qingzhou, Chen Xiao knelt alone before Venerable Juyang. Venerable Juyang silently stared at the cracked soul tablet in his hand, which bore the name of Elder Mu. After a few minutes, Chen Xiao spoke up. Master, this is all my fault. I was the one who asked Elder Mu to deliver those pills to my father. Elder Mu's death has me deeply worried. I feel like my father's sect might be in trouble, so I want to go to Huangzhou and check on them myself. Venerable Juyang finally spoke. Xiao, do you know why I took you in as my disciple? Chen Xiao replied, Because I possess the sun physique and have the potential to become an immortal, master. Venerable Juyang crushed the soul tablet in his grip and said, That is only one of the reasons. The second reason is that I saw a massive ambition burning within you. How could someone so desperate to grow stronger let themselves be held back by mere filial sentiment? The direct disciple competition is just around the corner. You need to start preparing immediately. As long as you defeat, let yourself be held back. The direct disciple competition is just around the corner, so you need to start preparing. Just defeat your opponent to vanquish the demons and monsters. If you defeat the other legacy disciples and take the top spot, the sect will increase your resources. This is the real benefit, Chen Xiao said hesitantly. But, Venerable Juyang cut him off. No buts. It's just a tiny wind-snow sect. I'll send someone to the Wasteland province to investigate. Just focus on securing that top spot for me. Chen Xiao cupped his hands and replied, Understood, Master. I won't let you down. The next morning, at Xuantian sect's misty peak, Yi Junlin was lounging on a chair, soaking up the sun, when he suddenly called out, Little Hong, is it ready yet? I can't wait much longer. Hong Qianye walked out, carrying a tray of food and said, It's ready, Master. I'm bringing it to you right now. Meanwhile, he thought to himself, all he does is eat. I really don't get how a cultivator in the soul formation realm could actually crave this kind of food. Yesterday he lectured me about not complaining about our situation, but today he's lounging around enjoying himself like this. The moment Hong Qianye brought the tray over, Ye Junlin couldn't wait. He grabbed 2 meat skewers and took a big bite. This meat, the chewiness, is incredible. It's so delicious. The system's secret seasoning for these skewers is absolutely amazing. After praising it in his mind, Ye Junlin took another bite, then handed a skewer to Hong Qianye. Here, little Hong, have one too. Don't be shy. Hong Qianye turned his head away in disgust and said, Master, I have already completed my fasting, and I lost interest in mortal food a long time ago. Displeased, Yi Junlin asked, Are you disrespecting your master? If cultivating immortality isn't about enjoying life like this, then what's the point of working so hard? Forgive me, master. Since you insist, I will have one. With that, he took the skewer. As he took a bite, he thought, This Ye Junlin is truly an oddball in the cultivation world. What's so great about a cheap meat skewer anyway? But the moment the meat hit his tongue, his eyes widened in shock. Overwhelmed with emotion, he thought, This flavor is out of this world. I haven't felt this happy since I was a kid. Ye Junlin was a bit speechless. Wait, what? Why are you crying? Hong Qianye didn't have time to worry about him. Lost in his own emotions, he thought, When I was a kid, I was always starving, dreaming of just one bite of meat. The sheer happiness of eating meat for the first time was beyond words. But ever since I stepped onto the path of cultivation, I only focused on fighting my way to the peak of the martial path. I never cared about enjoying life like this again. It's exactly as he said. If cultivating immortality means giving up even the simplest joys of eating, then what's the point? At that exact moment, the aura around him began to surge. Watching this, Ye Junlin's eyes went wide. Wait, is he breaking through again? Early, mid, late, peak, and perfected nascent soul. And then, soul formation in a single thought? Holy crap, this guy broke through just by eating one skewer. His talent is absolutely insane. A moment later, Hong Qianye snapped out of his state of enlightenment, only to find Ye Junlin standing right in front of him with 2 skewers in hand, smiling as he said, Little Hong, congrats on breaking through to the soul formation realm. As your master, I'm genuinely happy for you. Your cultivation is almost catching up to mine. Hong Qianye squinted at Ye Junlin and thought, I didn't expect the soul formation breakthrough to happen so fast. In that case, it's about time to end this ridiculous master-disciple relationship. On Xuantian Sect's misty peak, Ye Junlin leaned back comfortably on his chair and said, Little Hong, you've eaten the meat, and you've leveled up. Now, get over here, and massage your master's shoulders. Behind him, Hong Qianye fumed silently. You bastard named Ye, I am in the soul formation realm now, and you still dare to order me around? You're just a tiny soul formation cultivator yourself. Drop dead. At the same time, he reached out, aiming his claws right at Ye Junlin's head. Just as he was about to strike, a disciple suddenly rushed in to deliver a message, reporting to Peak Master Ye. The sect master requests your presence in the main hall. He says there's an urgent matter to discuss. Ye Junlin sat up in surprise and asked, Oh? It's only been a day, and there's already trouble? Hong Qianye quickly pulled his hand back, thinking, a golden opportunity, wasted just like that. But Ye Junlin is full of openings. There will definitely be plenty of chances in the future. Completely oblivious to what his disciple was thinking, Ye Junlin flew off, calling back, Little Hong, I'll head over first. Your massage technique is actually pretty good. When I get back, give my legs a rub. Once Ye Junlin was far away, Hong Qianye screamed in rage, Damn it, do you really think I'm your servant? I should have been more decisive just now and wiped out that shameless bastard. Meanwhile, at the Xuantian Sect's discussion hall, the atmosphere was incredibly tense. The disciples were whispering among themselves, What are we going to do? Is heaven really trying to destroy our Xuantian sect? Right at that moment, Ye Junlin touched down and walked inside. Seeing him, the sect master and the elders all greeted him. Junior brother Ye, you're here. Peak Master Ye. Ye Junlin asked, Everyone, what kind of danger is our sect facing this time? What is it now? Why did you set up such a huge scene? Shu Yunian spoke up. Junior brother, here is what happened. A few years ago, the Wei Kingdom, which is protected by our Xuantian sect, sent a distress message to us. They reported that bizarre events have been occurring one after another across the country, and citizens everywhere are losing their lives. Their deaths are incredibly strange. Every drop of blood is drained from the corpses, and this phenomenon is getting worse by the day in the Wei Kingdom. There are even several cities with populations of hundreds of thousands that have turned into horrific scenes piled high with corpses. Suspecting that some evil creature was causing trouble, I sent a group of disciples to investigate, but they all went silent and never returned. This morning, the Wei Kingdom sent another report, stating that the situation is extremely critical and has now spread to neighboring countries. If this keeps spreading, Huangzhou might fall into complete chaos. What is worse, our future disciple recruitment for the Xuantian sect will plummet off a cliff. Junlin frowned and asked, Is it really that serious? If it has spread so widely, did no one see anything or try to stop it? Su Tianshui spoke up. Perhaps anyone who saw it is already dead. If this continues, the Xuantian sect will have no successors and will slowly fade into ruin. Junlin glanced at her and said, Huangzhou is already a barren place for cultivators. A nascent soul expert can rule this entire region. And besides, the Wei Kingdom is just on the outskirts of Huangzhou. What kind of trouble could there be that the Xuantian sect cannot solve? We did not even get a single reply back. Could there be an even more terrifying force behind this? The system chimed. New quest unlocked. Head to the Wei Kingdom and resolve the root cause of this crisis. Once completed, you will receive unimaginable rewards. Junlin gave a mental thumbs up and praised, System, you are incredibly thoughtful. The system replied, Not bad, right? Next, Junlin looked at Shu Yunian and said, Sect Master, I understand your concerns. Based on what you said, this phenomenon started in the Wei Kingdom a few years ago, and it is currently the worst hit area. So the root of the problem must be there. I will personally take a trip. Shu Yunian said joyfully, That is wonderful. Junior brother Ye truly understands the greater good. With you on the job, this matter will surely be resolved in no time. Then I will see you around. Wait for my good news. With that, Junlin did not waste any words and immediately flew off, leaving the members of the Xuantian sect marveling. Peak Master Ye really acts like a whirlwind. I was not even finished speaking yet. A moment later, Zhao Deju spoke up. Can Peak Master Ye really solve this creepy mystery? Su Tiangsui glared at him and said, You blockhead, in a tiny place like Huangzhou, What could possibly trouble a soul formation cultivator? Xu Yunian agreed. Exactly. If even he cannot handle this, then Huangzhou is truly beyond saving. Everyone, go back and focus on your cultivation. Do not worry about anything else. Do not fail Junior Brother Ye's expectations of us. Everyone shouted in unison. Understood. That afternoon, two figures flew across the border of the Wei Kingdom, one of whom was Hong Tianye. He stared at Junlin flying ahead, wondering why. After returning from the meeting, he was so eager to head to a poor state like the Wei Kingdom. But this works out. I will find a chance to deal with him along the way. Before long, the two entered the Wei Kingdom. As they flew over Peach Blossom Village, Junlin said, "It looks like some bandits are plundering the village. Let us go down and check it out." Hong Tianye scoffed quietly. Why do you even care about such a trivial matter? Meanwhile, in Peach Blossom Village, the village chief was kneeling on the ground, begging the chief of the Black Wind stronghold. If you want our belongings, please just take them all. Just please do not harm the innocent villagers. Hearing this, the chief of the Black Wind stronghold grinned widely. Who said that is what I want? What I want is for all of you to pass away peacefully. That way, you will not have to suffer at all. Ha ha! With that, the Black Wind stronghold chief kicked the village chief away. His eyes turned blood red as he began to channel his cultivation technique. Everyone, step back. The chief is about to unleash his divine technique. The bandits shouted, stepping back in perfect synchronization. A second later, strands of vital energy began to escape the villagers' bodies and flow into the Black Wind stronghold chief. Writhing in sheer agony, the villagers screamed, "Help us! Mommy, I am scared. He is a monster. A monster. Is anyone going to save us? I do not want to die." On a nearby rooftop, Hong Tianye frowned and muttered, "Oh, this evil technique." He grew suspicious, thinking to himself that this cultivation technique looked a lot like one used by an enemy in the central region, but that person had already bit the dust under the siege of the great sacred lands in the central region. Standing beside him, Junlin looked over and asked, "Do you recognize this cultivation technique?" Hong Tianye looked over and lied, "No, I do not. But it looks incredibly sinister." Deep down, he couldn't help but think that if it really were that enemy, returning from this trip alive would be a miracle. Annoyed, Junlin snapped, "You little brat, what's with that attitude?" But seeing that the villagers below were on the verge of collapsing, Junlin put his annoyance aside. He leaped down, placed a hand on the shoulder of the Black Wind camp chief, and sneered, "Looks like you've had your fill, buddy. Get off me." The Black Wind camp chief gasped in shock, before swinging a furious punch straight at Junlin. "Who the hell are you? How dare you ruin my plans? Are you tired of living?" But Junlin didn't waste any words. He casually flicked a finger, completely twisting and shattering his arm. The Black Wind camp chief froze in shock for a few seconds, then clutched his broken arm, screaming in agonizing pain. His bandits panicked, crying out, "See, chief!" Junlin said calmly, "Hey, don't get so worked up. We can talk this out like civilized people." Hearing this, the Black Wind camp chief snapped back to reality. He instantly fell to his knees and begged, "So you're a soul formation cultivator. Please, spare my life." Junlin asked, "Tell me, where did you come from?" The chief stammered, I was originally an imperial guard in the Wei Palace, but because I saw something I shouldn't have, the prince ordered my execution. I didn't want to die like that, so I ran for my life and escaped." Junlin asked, "And what exactly did you see that you shouldn't have? Also, where did you get those evil cultivation techniques?" The Black Wind camp chief replied, "I often saw the prince acting highly suspicious and sneak into the back mountain, though I never dared to dig deeper. As for the evil technique, a mysterious organization handed it to me while I was on the run. But as for who they really are, I have absolutely no idea." Junlin questioned, "They just handed an evil technique to a complete stranger like you for no reason at all?" The chief answered, "Their only condition was that I must constantly use this technique to devour others' lifeblood and boost my cultivation. That's how they gave it to me. Just to survive, I had no choice but to comply. Beyond that, I don't know a single thing." Junlin turned his gaze toward Hong Tianye and said, "It seems there's a massive organization operating in the shadows, and their actions might be linked to this recent demonic crisis. Little Hong, what do you think?" Hong Tianye replied indifferently, "I don't know." But deep down, his mind was racing. This method of passing down techniques is way too similar to him. Could he really still be alive? But why would he show up here in the Wasteland province? If this demonic crisis is truly his doing, then Ye Junlin, being only at the soul formation realm, won't stand a chance against him. This Great Way Kingdom will surely be Ye Junlin's final resting place. Meanwhile, Junlin placed his hand onto the chief's head to perform a soul-searching technique, muttering, "Let's see what secrets you're still hiding from me." A moment later, the chief's eyes rolled back as he collapsed lifelessly onto the ground. While Junlin spoke up, he wasn't lying. "However, I did uncover a very interesting piece of information. We need to head to the Great Way Imperial Palace immediately." Hearing that, Hong Qianye turned toward the remaining bandits and casually snapped his fingers. Instantly, a sea of raging flames erupted, swallowing the bandits whole. Both Junlin and the villagers stared at Hong Qianye in utter shock. Seeing their reaction, Hong Qianye innocently asked, "Master, did I do something wrong? Don't these bandits deserve to end up in coffins?" In his mind, he thought, "I've been holding back my frustration for so long. Finally, I get to kill some scum to vent my anger." Junlin cleared his throat and gave a big thumbs up, praising him. "Well, you're not wrong. Good job." The villagers cheered and clapped. "The beautiful fairy has brought peace to our people and enacted justice for the heavens. Our Peach Blossom Village will be forever grateful to both exalted immortals." Meanwhile, at the Great Way Imperial Palace, a royal court meeting was underway. Seated on the dragon throne, the Emperor of Great Way sighed heavily and said, "The population of our Wei Kingdom has plummeted by 30% over the last few years. If this continues, my empire will soon be utterly destroyed by the abominations. I wonder if the immortal masters of the Xuantian sect can help Great Way overcome this crisis." Below him, the civil and military officials remained dead, silent, none of them daring to speak up. Just then, a young princess ran into the hall, shouting, "Father! Father! I saw two immortals flying toward us from outside." Hearing this, the Emperor of Great Way leapt to his feet in joy and exclaimed, "What? It must be the immortal masters of the Xuantian sect. My beloved ministers, follow me. We must go out and welcome them immediately." Up in the sky outside the palace, Junlin whispered, "Little Hong, what do you think of your master's grand entrance? Pretty majestic, right?" Hong Qianye replied, "Master is wise. Your disciple feels the exact same way." But secretly, he thought, he just loves to show off. Let's see how you plan to handle the abominations when you face them. When that time comes, don't you dare beg me to save your skin." By this time, the Emperor of Great Way and his officials had rushed outside. They immediately bowed toward Junlin and Hong Qianye, shouting respectfully, "We humbly welcome the immortal masters." Junlin announced, "I am the Peak Master of the Xuantian sect's Misty Peak, Yi Junlin. Our arrival this time will surely resolve your crisis, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about." The Emperor of Great Way said in pure ecstasy, "On behalf of the citizens of the Wei Kingdom, I express our deepest gratitude to the Exalted Immortal." "Exalted Immortal, do you have any requests or instructions for us?" Junlin, landing gracefully on the ground alongside Hong Tianye, Junlin stretched lazily and said, "Go ahead and prepare a place for my disciple and me to rest." The Emperor of Great Way quickly bowed and replied, "Of course, right away. Please, follow me. I will personally escort you there, Great Immortal." With that, the group departed, completely unaware of a shadowy figure hiding behind the palace gates, watching their every move. The figure sneered, "Just a peak master of the Xuantian sect, yet he is putting on such a grand show. I was just stressing over finding a sacrifice to help my master break through to the peak of the soul formation stage. You guys showed up at the absolute perfect time." Later that night, in the quarters prepared by the Emperor, Hong Tianye stared at Junlin, who was lazily lounging on a chair, and silently cursed him. Just a Mahanko, he was playing nice, but now he has let his guard down completely. Why is he always so exhausted and lazy? How on earth did a guy like him even reach the soul formation stage? Well, whatever. At this rate, I will surpass him in cultivation level in no time. Once I do, taking him down will be a piece of cake. Little did he know, Junlin was secretly keeping a close eye on him too. Junlin smirked in his mind. "Oh, little Hong. You and your petty schemes. Sooner or later, you are going to shoot yourself in the foot. Your biggest mistake was making me your target." With that thought, he casually kicked off his shoes. He called out, "Hey, little Hong, are you curious about how your master cultivates? Go fetch me some warm water to wash my feet. Once I am nice and relaxed, maybe I will teach you a thing or two about cultivation." Hong Tianye shook with rage, snapping, "You want me to do what?" Internally, he fumed. he is just a measly soul formation cultivator. In a pathetic, barren wasteland like this, does he really think he is qualified to teach me? Back in my day, even legendary immortals begged to learn from me. If you actually have anything worth teaching, I will happily call you my grandmaster. Completely ignoring his outrage, Junlin urged him, "Well, what are you standing there for? Don't you want to get stronger? You are too young to be slacking off already." Hong Tianye clenched his fists. "I am the great leader of the sacred fire cult, and he expects me to wash his feet? Screw this. I should just drop the act and kill him right now." But just as he was about to lose it, a voice called out from outside, "Great Immortals, another strange anomaly has occurred in the kingdom of Wei. I have urgent news to report." Junlin smirked and asked, "Who goes there?" The voice outside replied, "I am Zhao Heng, the first prince of Great Wei. This matter concerns the very survival of our kingdom. I beg the Great Immortals to grant me an audience." Junlin said, "Come on in. What is the big emergency?" Having received permission, Zhao Heng opened the door and hurried into the room. Junlin sized Zhao Heng up, thinking, "So, this is the prince who supposedly hunted down those bandits? Something feels off. He doesn't seem like the heroic prince they described. What is his real deal?" Zhao Heng dropped to his knees before Junlin and whispered, "Great Immortal, I have never dared to share this secret with my father. I suspect that the evil plaguing Great Wei is originating from the mountain behind the palace. A few nights ago, I saw several demonic black bats sneaking into a hidden cave up there. On top of that, palace maids and eunuchs have been mysteriously vanishing lately. It has to be their doing. I have heard of your legendary reputation, Great Immortal, and I know your power is unmatched. Only you can save the people of Great Wei now. I beg you to slay the demonic bats hiding in the mountain." Junlin let out a soft murmur, stroking his chin in thought. His divine sense didn't detect a single strange thing on that mountain. How does this guy have the guts to lie to my face like this? Does he take me for an idiot? Either he has a powerful backer, or he has set a trap specifically for me. Fine. Let us see what game he is playing. With a sly grin, Junlin stood up. "All right then, lead the way. Let us go check out this cave of yours." "Thank you, Great Immortal. Please, follow me. With your power, the evil plaguing our kingdom will finally be purged." Jumping to his feet, Zhao Heng eagerly began leading the way for Junlin and Hong Tianye. As they followed, Hong Tianye glared at Junlin's back, muttering to himself, "Fine. I will settle my score with you later." Meanwhile, from a second-floor window of the palace, the little princess happened to spot the two of them walking with Zhao Heng. She gasped in surprise. "That is my big brother. His behavior has always been terrible. Father has warned him so many times, yet he refuses to change. Why is he meeting with the two immortals from the Swantian sect in secret? I have to report this to father immediately." Terrified of what he might be planning, she bolted out of the room to find the emperor. Meanwhile, Zhao Heng had already led the duo to the back mountain. Junlin smirked and asked, "Hey, first prince, this place doesn't exactly look like a nesting ground for demonic bats, does it?" Zhao Heng coldly replied, "We are here." Junlin chuckled. "Finally. Now, let us see what kind of trick you have got up your sleeve." Dropping his act completely, a twisted grin spread across Zhao Heng's face. "Haha, to be honest, I didn't think you would actually fall for it. You really are a fool. You are far too arrogant because of your strength, but you clearly don't know that there is always someone stronger, and a higher heaven above, a heaven beyond heaven. You honestly think someone like you can stop us? Don't think just because you're a peak master of the Zwantian sect, you're some kind of god. Ye Junlin, today this place will be your grave." With those words, he crushed the jade token in his hand and roared, "Elders, strike now." Instantly, figures swooped in from all directions, quickly casting the five-fold deity binding formation and trapping the two of them inside. Once the trap was set, the leader, a nascent soul elder of the Blood Alliance cult, sneered, "Peak Master Yi of the Schwantian sect, you've made quite a name for yourself lately. To think a mere peak master could take down a nascent soul stage demon king. Too bad for you. Even a master at the soul formation stage couldn't survive this five-fold deity binding formation." Zhao Heng smirked and urged them, "Elders, hurry up and make your move. But don't go too rough on him. We need to keep him alive for my master." He then turned his gaze toward Hong Tianye, licking his lips as he added, "As for the woman in red, cripple her cultivation. This prince wants to enjoy her at my own pace." Hong Tianye, who had been standing by indifferently, suddenly whipped around, her eyes locking onto Zhao Heng with pure, murderous intent. What did you just say? I had no interest in getting involved in this, but you just had to open your big mouth and dare to touch my reverse scale. As she spoke, flames erupted from her body, completely shattering the trapping formation in a single strike. Zhao Heng gasped in disbelief. She shattered it with a single strike? No way. How could the five-fold deity-binding formation be broken just like that? The Blood Alliance elder shrieked in terror. First Prince. Who would have thought this Xuantian Peak Master was traveling with a disciple at the soul formation stage? Worse, her cultivation technique must be at the immortal grade. Otherwise, there's no way she could have broken our formation so easily. Cursing his useless allies in his head, Zhao Heng forced a greasy smile and looked at Hong Qianye, saying, Fairy, let's talk this out. With your level of cultivation, if you serve my master, your future will be boundless. You dare try to entice me? I will make you wish you were dead. With that, Hong Qianye shot a stream of fire straight at Zhao Heng. The flame didn't instantly turn him to ash, but slowly burned his flesh, making him feel every agonizing second of the torture. After a moment, Ye Junlin sighed and looked at the groveling Zhao Heng. How pathetic. You really know how to press her buttons, don't you? He then turned to Hong Qianye and said, That's enough. Don't kill him yet. I have some questions for him. Hong Qianye frowned, but ultimately flicked her finger and extinguished the flames. Ye Junlin looked down at Zhao Heng and demanded, Where is your master? Does his master really have the power to make a soul formation master submit to him? Zhao Heng gasped out, My master was once an immortal in the central region. A mere soul formation cultivator is nothing compared to him. You should take this chance to submit to him now. Otherwise, once my master shows up, begging for mercy won't save your life. Submit? How ridiculous. Let's see how long your master can keep hiding. But for now, I'll start by taking some of your lives. With that, Ye Junlin pointed his finger at one of the Blood Alliance cult members and counted 1. Instantly, a beam of energy pierced straight through the man's head. The Blood Alliance elder gasped in sheer terror. What? He's also at the soul formation stage? How can there be 2 soul formation masters in a dump like the Wasteland Province? 2, 3, 4. With every number he called out, another cult member dropped dead, and even the elder wasn't spared. Finally, Ye Junlin pointed his finger at Zhao Heng and said calmly, Now, you're the only one left. Zhao Heng screamed in terror, Wait, Master, save me. Meanwhile, the Great Wei Emperor, the little princess, and their soldiers were riding at full speed toward the back mountain when a terrifying blood-red pillar of light suddenly shot into the sky. The little princess cried out, Father, what is that? That red light is terrifying. The Great Wei Emperor urged, Hurry up. I just hope the immortal is all right. Back at the mountain, Hong Qianye clenched her fists as she stared at the bloody beam of light, thinking to herself, This aura is so familiar. It really is him. Even though he's no match for Ye Junlin, facing him again still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Zhao Heng burst into hysterical laughter. Ha ha, Master is finally here. Your lives end today. Moments later, the red light faded, revealing the figure of a man. This man was none other than the leader of the Central Region's Blood Alliance cult, Shi Tianju. Ye Junlin smiled and looked at Shi Tianju. So you must be the mastermind behind all these evil forces. I was starting to think you were just a coward hiding in his shell. Shi Tianjue glared at Ye Junlin and sneered. Wasteland Province cultivator. I'll admit you have some tricks up your sleeve, but you're not even worthy of fighting me. He then shifted his gaze to Hong Qianye and added, On the other hand, my old friend standing over there has caught my attention. Hong Qianye replied coldly, Blood demon. I didn't expect you to still be alive. Hearing this, Junlin thought to himself, Wait, what is going on between little Hong and this guy? Shi Tianjue landed right in front of Hong Tianye and sneered, Blood demon. That title of mine was buried over 200 years ago when the great sacred lands of the Middle Realm hunted me down. No one has spoken of it since. I am surprised you still remember me. Hong Tianye let out a cold laugh. Haha, anyone who lived through that legendary battle could never forget it. In his mind, he recalled that back then, Shi Tianzhou was the absolute strongest powerhouse in the True Immortal realm. He sustained himself by devouring human blood and even passed down his evil arts to countless cult followers. If left unchecked, he would have brought absolute ruin to the world. But in the end, it backfired. He ended up absorbing all of his followers' energy to feed himself. Because his methods were so vile, his power skyrocketed at an unnatural rate. This forced the top forces to unite and launch a crusade against him. Even I, a demon lord myself, got dragged into the fight. Who would have thought the infamous blood demon was still alive, let alone showing up here in the desolate wasteland state, the poorest region of the Eastern Territory? If this news ever reaches the Middle Realm, it will cause an absolute earthquake. Right then, Zhao Heng cried out, "Master, you are finally here. These people want to kill me. You have to avenge me." Too bad for him. He begged the wrong person. Shi Tianzhou bellowed, "Insolent fool." In an instant, two beams of bloody light shot from his eyes, piercing right through Zhao Heng and ending his life on the spot. Right after, all the blood essence from Zhao Heng's corpse flew out and merged directly into Shi Tianzhu's body. Seeing this, Hong Tianye remarked, "The blood demon's methods really are the most twisted. You don't even spare your own disciple." Shi Tianzhu stepped in close, looking right at Hong Tianye, and said, "He was just a disciple. I can always find another one. But since you wanted him dead, of course I would not let him live. Do you understand how I feel about you?" Junlin's eyes lit up as he watched them. "Ooh, looks like we have got some juicy gossip here. What kind of crazy script is this?" Meanwhile, Hong Tianye panicked a bit. He took a few steps back and asked, "I saw it with my own eyes. Your immortal body was crushed to pieces by the four great divine artifacts, and even your blood was completely vaporized. So, how on earth did you survive?" Shi Tianzhu burst into laughter. "Ha ha, those self-righteous fools. Long ago, I separated a single drop of my source blood and hid it away using a secret spell. Once I fell, that single drop allowed me to reincarnate. But what a coincidence. It seems you and I are in the same boat. Right now, I am rushing to restore my cultivation, while you are only at the early stage of the soul formation realm. So why don't you just surrender quietly and hand all your blood over to me? That way, we can be together forever." Hong Tianye snapped angrily. "You are absolutely insane. Back in the Middle Realm, I rejected you countless times. Now that we have both reincarnated, you still haven't learned your lesson. Do you really think just because you are at the peak of the soul formation realm, you are guaranteed to defeat me?" As he spoke, Hong Tianye channeled his cultivation technique, and flames instantly erupted all over his body. Shi Tianzhu grinned at the sight. "Yes, perfect. The more you struggle, the more excited I get. For anyone else, fighting someone of a higher realm might leave a slim chance of survival, but against me, that is just a pipe dream." Hong Tianye smirked. "Haha, we won't know until we try." With that, he unleashed the 5 absolute divine flame technique, launching it straight at Shi Tianzhu. Shi Tianzhu gasped in surprise. "What is this?" But he was quick to react, immediately throwing out his blood-killing palm to block it. The two attacks clashed instantly, unleashing a massive explosion in midair. Shi Tianzhu frowned, thinking, "This is impossible. These flames are unbelievably dominant." He is only at the early stage of the soul formation realm. Yet he managed to break my blood-killing palm. Where on earth did he learn this technique? Across from him, Hong Tianye shouted, that was just the warm-up." He channeled his technique once more, instantly transforming the blazing flames around his body into a layer of chilling ice, then fired a frost fire blast right at Shi Tianzhu. "You are nothing but a defeated foe." Shi Tianzhu gritted his teeth and roared. Shi Tianzhu hurriedly unleashed his soul-devouring blood spear to counter, but he was still a step behind, and his arm ended up frozen solid. Shocked, Shi Tianzhu demanded, "What kind of fire technique is that? How can it have such a wicked nature?" He quickly circulated his energy to shatter the ice on his arm, then stared intently at Hong Tianye with a grin. "I would expect nothing less from the one I set my eyes on. You really know how to get my blood pumping. Did you stumble upon some massive opportunity after leaving the Middle Realm, and take some powerful master under your wing?" Hong Tianye laughed coldly. "None of your business. With this technique, I can easily pave my path to absolute dominance in the Middle Realm." But in his mind, he thought, "I can't believe that with the boost from the 3,000 burning flames, even the legendary blood demon who once terrified the Middle Realm is being suppressed by me. But I must never let the blood demon find out the secret behind this technique." Actually, it was taught by a soul transformation expert from Huangzhou. Right at that moment, Shi Tianzhu suddenly burst into a loud laugh. Channeling his full power into his cultivation technique, he sneered, "If I let you keep growing like this, even I might not be able to guarantee I could defeat you. Too bad for you. This is where it ends. Now, I will show you the true power of the immortal demon body." At that very moment, A horrifying scene was unfolding across every city in the Kingdom of Wei. Citizens were rolling on the ground in agonizing pain, screaming, "Help! Someone, please save us! I do not want to die!" As they cried out, streams of blood essence seeped from their bodies, flying straight toward the mountain behind the royal palace. Back at the mountain, after absorbing a massive amount of blood essence streaming in from all over, Shi Tianjue laughed maniacally. Haha, this feeling is absolutely glorious. These worthless mortals have been my food all along. With just a single thought, I can refine all their life force to boost my own power. Yi Junlin looked at Hong Tianye and urged, "Little Hong, stop wasting time. Hurry up and finish him off." Hong Tianye glared at him and snapped, "I do not need you telling me what to do." Inside, he was cursing. Damn it. How did things turn out like this? He had thought that when Ye Junlin faced the blood demon and could not hold his ground, he would crawl back and beg him for help. Only then did he plan to step in. But now, even he could barely stand his ground. This overwhelming aura, did this guy actually break through to the integration stage? Back then, relying on this divine body, even in the massive war between the righteous and demonic experts, I never lost my footing. Even those old monsters from the Holy Land, combining their forces and using immortal weapons, could not destroy my immortal body. And now, my immortal body has already recovered 70% of its peak power. Once I devour every single living being in Huangzhou, I will be completely restored. By then, I will have no equals, even in the central domain. Hong Tianye, I am giving you one last chance. Do not make me regret it, or you will suffer the consequences. With that, Shi Tianjue lunged, thrusting his demonic claws right at Hong Tianye. Although Hong Tianye fought with everything he had, he was severely wounded after only a few clashes. Left completely powerless, he could only watch as Shi Tianjue began to drain his destiny. Just then, the Emperor of Great Wei and his troops arrived at the scene. Witnessing this horror, the Emperor was instantly plunged into absolute despair. Is this the source of the evil plague that has been terrorizing my kingdom? Even the High Immortal is no match for him. Is my Great Wei destined to fall today? Struggling to sit up, Hong Tianye thought to himself in despair, is my path to immortality really going to end like this? I went through so much to get my hands on this technique. I refuse to accept this. But, do I really have to beg that annoying brat, Ye Junlin? Admitting that I am weaker than him, wouldn't that be the ultimate humiliation? Besides, he is only at the peak of the soul transformation stage. The gap between that and the integration stage is like heaven and earth. Would begging him even make a difference? Right then, Shi Tianju burst into laughter and mocked, "We are both cultivators, chasing immortality. Since you refuse to join me in life, then after you die, become a part of my body. Let me carry your will and finish this long journey to immortality for you." Seeing Shi Tianjue preparing to deliver the final blow, Hong Tianye threw his pride completely out the window and screamed, "Master, save me!" Shi Tianjue froze, suddenly on guard. "Master, you indeed joined someone else's sect." Just then, Ye Junlin's voice rang out. "My dear disciple, you finally decided to remember your master." Ye Junlin floated down from the sky, shielding Hong Tianye, and said to Shi Tianjue with a smirk, "I am his master." Shi Tianjue burst out laughing at the sight of Ye Junlin. "Hong Tianye, I never expected you to fall this low. To think you actually took some random nobody from Huangzhou who is barely at the soul transformation stage as your master. You are a complete disgrace to the demonic path." Hong Tianye remained silent, but his heart clenched with worry for Ye Junlin. Even though he absolutely detested how Ye Junlin always ordered him around like a servant, the guy was still his savior. Standing in front of a monster like Shi Tianzhou now, he was surely walking straight into a disaster. Facing his mockery, Ye Junlin merely smiled and asked, "So, can I take it that you are looking down on me?" At that, Shi Tianjue spat, "You are just an insignificant insect. In my prime, a single spit from me would have wiped you from existence." Shi Tianjue sneered. Hong Tianye spoke up, his voice heavy with guilt. "I am sorry. Your disciple knew you were no match for the blood demon, yet I still begged for your help. If you have any strength left, please, just run away." "Run? That is not in my vocabulary. Watch closely, and let your master show you how to obliterate this guy." "Obliterate me? Haha, you cannot even withstand a single blow from me. What makes you so confident, you ignorant fool?" Seeing Shi Tianjue raising his hand to strike, Hong Tianye panicked and screamed, "Forget about me. Master, run away, fast." Yi Junlin just stood there with a calm smile, waiting for his system to kick in. Ding! System warning. Host is under attack from a late-stage integration realm opponent. Activating passive effect. Stronger when facing the strong. Granting peak integration realm cultivation. With his power boosted instantly, Ye Junlin prepared to crush his opponent effortlessly. With just one move, he instantly neutralized Shi Tianjue's attack, completely crushing his hand. This left Shi Tianzhou completely shocked. How is this possible? How could a mere soul transformation cultivator do this? Wait, you are not in the soul transformation stage. You have actually reached the integration realm too? Hong Tianye stared wide-eyed at Ye Junlin. This guy had hidden his strength incredibly well. On the surface, he pretended to be a mere soul transformation cultivator, but it turned out he was actually an integration realm powerhouse all along. No wonder he kept provoking me earlier. So he was relying on his integration realm cultivation this whole time? I almost fell for his act. Luckily, I did not actually turn against him back then. Feeling the immense power surging through his body, Ye Junlin thought to himself with delight, so this is what it feels like to break through to the integration realm. It feels like I could destroy heaven and earth with just a wave of my hand. As for Shi Tianzhu, although his attack failed, he remained incredibly confident. He sneered, "Even if we are both in the integration realm, the difference between a rogue cultivator from the wilderness like you and someone of my caliber is as vast as heaven and earth. I will show a country bumpkin like you what true power really means." Once his hand was fully regenerated, Shi Tianzhui lunged forward to attack Ye Junlin again. "You are the one who has no idea what true power is." With those words, Ye Junlin unleashed the human emperor seal, instantly shattering both of Shi Tianzhui's arms, and laughed right in his face. "You call this the gap between our techniques?" Ye Junlin thought to himself. The human emperor seal had been passively cultivated by the system until it reached the mastery level, making it many times stronger than the first time he used it. So what? You still cannot destroy my immortal physique. The longer this fight drags on, the less chance you have of winning. Hearing Shi Tianjue's boast only made Ye Junlin more amused. Perfect. I might as well test out my new move. His mastery of this divine ability had already reached the maximum level. With that in mind, Ye Junlin pointed 2 fingers toward Shi Tianzhu and began chanting. Great desolate heaven imprisoning finger. First finger, imprison heaven and earth. Second finger, shatter mountains and rivers. Third finger, annihilate all living things. Fourth finger, shatter the firmament. A beam of light shot straight at Shi Tianzhu, instantly shrinking him from a muscular giant into a scrawny, tiny weakling. This left Shi Tianzhu questioning his entire life. How on earth could he run into such a monster in a tiny place like the desolate province? Has it been that long since I last stepped outside? Have the geniuses of the world really become this terrifyingly powerful? Hong Tianye was utterly speechless watching this play out. He was simply too strong. Compared to this technique, my 3,000 burning flames was a joke. No wonder he was so confident before. He never even viewed me as a threat. Who on earth are you? In response to Shi Tianjue's desperate cry, Ye Junlin simply smiled and replied, I am Ye Junlin, Peak Master of Piao Miao Peak from the Swantian sect. That is impossible. When I sneaked into the desolate province to investigate, even the sect master of the Swantian sect had not even reached the soul transformation stage yet. Although his mind was filled with doubt, the priority right now was not finding answers, but escaping. Ye Junlin, I will remember this. With those words, Shi Tianzhui activated the blood escape art, instantly injuring himself to trigger the spell. Seeing this, Hong Tianye quickly warned him. He is trying to escape. If you let him get away, the consequences will be catastrophic. Ye Junlin, next time, I won't be this careless. Shi Tianzhui cackled as his body dissolved into a stream of red liquid, soaring into the sky. But just a second later, Ye Junlin's hand acted like a powerful magnet, dragging him right back before instantly obliterating him. Once it was over, he muttered with a frown. System, where is my reward? Be a bit more proactive, will you? Do not make me keep reminding you. Remember, you are supposed to be a highly professional system. The system replied, right away. Here is the reward for my incredibly handsome and dashing host. Congratulations, host, on receiving a mysterious runic bone. It grants the user a peak-level innate physique, guaranteeing that you are destined to become an unrivaled supreme being in the future. Would the host like to fuse with it now? Ye Junlin got excited. An unrivaled supreme? That sounds awesome. Run the fusion. I can't wait. Following the system's instructions, he began the fusion process. Once the supreme bone is fused, your combat power will skyrocket. Fusion complete. Congratulations, host. Hong Tianye stared at him in sheer disbelief. What on earth is this guy doing now? The sheer intensity of the energy radiating from his body is actually making me shiver. I have no idea what kind of legendary opportunity he must have found. Otherwise, there is no way such an absolute monster could ever be born in a place like the desolate province. Damn it. I have to completely reevaluate his true strength once again. I need to cultivate even harder and break through to the integration realm as soon as possible. Only then can I have any hope of keeping him in check. The emperor and the princess fell to their knees in gratitude. Thank you, Immortal, for saving the citizens of our Wei kingdom. We will surely record this day in our history books so that all future generations will remember your great benevolence. Yi Junlin politely replied, There is no need for such formalities. If you can simply be a good ruler and treat your people well, that is worth more than anything. Linger quickly promised, I will always remember your teachings, Immortal. If I may ask, is it possible for me to join the Xuantian sect? Hearing this request, Quan Lam carefully checked her profile, and her information popped up right away. Name, Trio Linyi, gender, female, cultivation, none, talent, high-grade water, spiritual root, identity, princess of the Wei Kingdom. Scanning through, he realized her immortal potential was actually pretty good. Quan Lam accepted her request. As Linyi indeed possessed a solid water spiritual root, she is a promising seed. Since you are so sincere, I shall grant your request. Hearing this, the emperor was overjoyed and quickly urged his daughter, What? Really? Linyi, hurry and show your gratitude to the immortal. Linyi then bowed respectfully. Linyi is deeply grateful to the immortal. The emperor then politely invited him, Immortal, you saved the Wei Kingdom and even accepted Linyi as your disciple. On behalf of the people of Wei, I express my deepest gratitude to you both. Now, please allow us to escort you to the royal palace to rest for a few days. Quan Lam turned around to look at Thien Diep, who was standing silently behind him, and said, Very well, let us go. After recovering his strength, Hong Tien Diep finally woke up. Currently at the peak of the soul transformation realm, a massive wave of true qi surged and enveloped his entire body. He muttered to himself, Finally, my injuries are completely healed, and my cultivation has even broken through to the peak of the soul transformation realm. Ever since I began practicing the 3,000 burning flames and taking those pills, my cultivation speed has skyrocketed. That guy's methods are truly extraordinary. Hong Thien Diep whispered to himself, but the deep resentment burning in his chest was not something that could be easily snuffed out. Even though you saved my life this time, the humiliation I suffered under your hands cannot be forgotten so easily. Just wait until I break through to the integration realm. I will repay you double for every single ounce of humiliation I had to endure. Just you wait, Quan Lam. Just the thought of you groveling on your knees, begging me for mercy, makes me so excited I can barely contain myself. Quan Lam's voice suddenly shattered Tien Diep's train of thought. Little Hong, come over and see your master. Despite the burning hatred inside, he still had to act obediently and walk over. Here he goes again. I am only humoring you for now. Meanwhile, Quan Lam was focusing on a novel in his hands, completely amused. This martial arts novel is pretty interesting. It seems even the locals in this world love a good face-slapping and flexing plotline. If I transmigrated to a modern country, maybe I could make a fortune just by writing novels. Starting with Battle Through the Heavens, it would definitely become a massive hit, and I would use the pen name Crazy Potato. Thien Diep had no idea what he was talking about, thinking, what is this guy muttering about now? But on the surface, he put on a polite face and asked, Master, why did you summon your disciple? Seeing Thien Diep, Quan Lam smiled warmly. Ah, you are here? He then dipped his feet into a basin of water, looking completely relaxed. Now, hurry over and wash your master's feet. Hearing this, another wave of intense rage flared up inside him. He had to constantly remind himself, even someone as monstrously strong as the blood demon was easily crushed by this man. Now is not the time to blow my cover. I must endure it. Quan Lam seemed to thoroughly enjoy pushing his disciple's buttons. What is it? Do you look down on your master? Why are you just standing there? Kneel down and wash my feet already. Thien Diep suppressed his rage so hard that his fists trembled. Your disciple would never dare. He slowly knelt down in front of the basin, his heart filled with bitter resentment. I was once the supreme leader of the demonic cult, an unrivaled immortal. Countless cultivators have perished by my hands, yet here I am, forced to suffer the ultimate humiliation of washing the feet of a mere Huangzhou cultivator. Quan Lam smirked with a sly grin. Good boy. You think you can outsmart me, you little brat? But the moment his hands touched the water, Hong Diep stiffened in shock. Wait, this water is Taiyi boundless water. From what he recalled, if a mortal drank even a single drop, they would gain eternal youth and live up to 200 years. If a cultivator drank it, it would completely purify all impurities in their body, leaving them perfectly flawless and causing their cultivation to skyrocket. Even a tiny vial of this stuff would trigger a bloody war of greed in the Central Territory. This is a supreme treasure that countless cultivators could only dream of obtaining, and yet this absolute lunatic is actually using it to soak his feet. What an absolute waste of godly resources. But this only confirms my suspicion. This guy must have hit an unimaginably massive jackpot of fortune. Otherwise, how could he afford to waste it so carelessly? If one were to drink all of this Taiyi boundless water, it would provide an astronomical boost to their cultivation. But then, a harsh reality slapped him right in the face. Wait, this is his foot water. Quan Lam feigned annoyance. What are you doing? Do you think your master's feet smell bad? Thien Diep desperately swallowed his rage. No, master. Your disciple was just lost in thought. As for Quan Lam, he was currently in absolute bliss. The system had rewarded him with so much Taiyi boundless water anyway. Who would have thought that soaking his feet in it, combined with his disciple's expert massaging skills, could feel this heavenly? While lazily flipping through his novel, he ordered Thien Diep. The water is getting a bit cold. Heat it up a bit. Thien Diep complied obediently. As you command, master. With his hands ablaze with spiritual fire, he dipped them directly into the basin to heat up the water. As the temperature rose to his liking, a look of pure satisfaction washed over Quan Lam's face. Just then, footsteps could be heard approaching from outside. It was Lin Ni, who was eagerly looking for the immortal. But as soon as she stepped inside, she saw Quan Lam moaning in pleasure, his face flushed red. This is so good. From her angle, the view was highly misleading. Oh my goodness, what on earth are they doing? I never would have thought this master and disciple duo did this kind of thing behind closed doors. But to think such a relationship actually existed between them. Too embarrassed to interrupt and unable to watch any longer, Lin Yi turned and ran away as fast as her legs could carry her. How awkward. His new disciple's behavior left him completely puzzled. Why on earth did Lin Yi just run off like that? After waiting on him hand and foot, Thien Diep asked, Master, now that I've washed your feet, are you satisfied? Frustration flickered in his eyes. Quan Lam decided not to make things difficult for him anymore and replied, Satisfied? Of course I'm satisfied. Tu Hong, tell me, what's on your mind? Let me ease your burden. Hearing this, Thien Diep could only curse silently in his head. Damn it, if I unleashed my true power, I'd scare you to death. Go ahead and gloat for a few more days. I'll see how long you can keep this up. Right at that moment, the ring on his finger began to glow. Quan Lam realized it was a message from the sect master. The voice from the other side delivered the message, Junior Brother Deep. Please return to the sect as soon as possible so we can discuss our next move. Something major has happened in Hoangchao recently. It seems an ancient secret realm is about to open. If our Huyen Tian sect can secure its treasures, our sect will surely rise to prosperity. Puzzled, he murmured. An ancient secret realm? Thien Diep immediately stepped in to explain. An ancient secret realm is a sacred land overflowing with cultivation resources. It's enough for ordinary cultivators to change their destiny, like a fish leaping over the dragon gate, and finally step onto the immortal path. Who would have thought that a barren place like Huangchao could hide such a treasure trove? He quietly calculated in his mind that news of this secret realm's appearance would be impossible to keep secret. Chaos would definitely break out. But this is also my chance. If I can seize this great opportunity and combine it with the terrifying power of the 3,000 burning flames, my cultivation will surely skyrocket. Right on cue, the system issued a new task, announcing a new sign-in mission. If the host can successfully sign in at the Latian secret realm, you will receive a massive surprise reward. Quan Lam asked excitedly, A massive surprise? System, hurry up and tell me what the hell this surprise is. The system kept its lips sealed and replied, If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise anymore, now would it? Quan Lam ordered Thien Diep, disciple, pack up. Let's go meet the Emperor of Wei briefly before heading back to the Huyen Tian sect. Thien Diep immediately complied. Yes, master. The master and disciple then headed to the Great Wei Imperial Palace to meet the Emperor. Reluctant to leave, the princess turned to her father and said, Lin Ni really doesn't want to leave you, father. What if I stay here with you? Although it pained him to let her go, he knew this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The emperor said in a stern voice, "Absolutely not. You have already joined the Huyen sect. This is a monumental opportunity. Countless people could only dream of this. You must cherish this chance and not waste your own future." The emperor turned to Quan Lam and pleaded, "Immortal, I will keep your teachings close to my heart. To treat my people well and be a good emperor. I only hope you can look after my young daughter." He reassured him, everyone has their own destiny. Now that she has joined the Huyen sect, she won't suffer any injustice. But how far she can go ultimately depends on her own efforts. With that, he immediately prepared to depart. "Let's go, Lin Ni, it's time." The entire hall chanted in unison, "Farewell, Immortal." Lin Ni called out to the emperor as she rushed to keep up with Quan Lam. "Father, I will come back to visit you whenever I can." Meanwhile, at the True Inheritance Hall of the Vu Hoa sect, a solemn and heavy atmosphere enveloped the entire place. Ku Duong spoke up. "A lot has been happening in Huangchao lately. Word is that an ancient secret realm is about to open. Furthermore, your father's Fong Loi sect has been wiped out. It was done by the Peak Master of Fu Mu Peak from the Huyen sect." Tron Kyo turned to his master and asked, "What is his cultivation level?" He replied, "According to rumors from the outside world, he is a newly ascended nascent soul cultivator in Hoang Chao." His eyes filled with utter disdain as he sneered, "A nascent soul? I kill nascent soul cultivators like chickens." Inside the Eastern Region True Inheritance Hall of the Vu Hoa sect, Tran Q pressed further. "Master, who on earth murdered Elder Mok?" Ku Duong replied, "It's still unclear, but all signs point directly to the Huyen sect. But the real question is how such a tiny sect could possibly kill Elder Mok. Relying solely on a single nascent soul peak master from Fu Mu Peak?" Tron Kyo added, "If that's the case, the real killer must be someone else. But regardless, the Huyen sect must be destroyed. And that peak master of Fu Mu Peak who murdered my father must die as well." Ku Duong shared a piece of news with him. "It just so happens that an ancient secret realm has appeared in Hongchao. The sect will dispatch several elders to accompany you on this trip. Remember, you represent the Vu Hoa sect, and you will be competing with other major forces. As for your revenge, wait until this is over. I hope you can distinguish what is important from what is secondary. Do you understand?" Tron Q immediately agreed. "Your disciple obeys." Having said that, he departed at once. Ku Duong let out a cold laugh, holding a green jade slip in his hand. Full of anticipation, he muttered, "My disciple, you must continue to perform well. As long as I can secure the ancestors' resources during the grand competition of the sects, I will be absolutely certain to break through the Mahayana bottleneck and reach the tribulation transcendence realm. When that time comes, we will both bask in glory." In the Conlan realm, soul formation is referred to as deity monarch, fusion as heavenly monarch, and Mahayana as venerable or supreme. Those who survive the tribulation are known as Hu Xian. With the word immortal in their title, they are absolute rulers of their own domains. Meanwhile, Huangzhou, a desolate state that barely even registered on anyone's radar, suddenly became famous throughout the eastern region due to the appearance of an ancient immortal destiny secret realm. Countless cultivators from all over rode their flying swords, rushing toward the secret realm. A group of cultivators began whispering among themselves, "Isn't Huangzhou just a backward wasteland of savages? How did an immortal destiny appear there? Talk about pure, dumb luck." Thankfully, those Huangzhou cultivators are dirt poor and weak. There's no way a treasure like this is falling into their hands. We need to move fast. If the Yuhua sect gets there first, we won't even get to drink the leftover soup. The mountain ranges of Huangzhou were overflowing with spiritual energy, as a massive crowd gathered outside the eastern region's Luotian secret realm. An elder wondered aloud, 4 of the 5 major sects are already here for this secret realm. Only the Zhuantian sect hasn't shown up. Have they actually given up? Another cultivator replied, "Not necessarily. After swallowing the Fenglei sect, they're probably busy fighting for the top spot among the 5 major sects." Wu Yangfeng, the ancestor of the Banshan sect and a powerful master of the deity transformation realm, burst out laughing upon hearing this. "I have been in secluded meditation for so long. The Zhuantian sect was always at the absolute bottom, yet they dare steal the spotlight from my Banshan sect?" The 2 men were completely dumbfounded. "What? The deity transformation realm? We thought Xuantian sect having 2 nascent soul cultivators made them invincible, but who would have thought our Huangzhou actually has a deity transformation expert? All the disciples of the Banshan sect bowed respectfully to their ancestor, welcoming him back from his seclusion. Ouyang Feng felt incredibly lucky. To think that right as I leave seclusion, an ancient secret realm emerges. This must be heaven's will. My Banshan sect will be the first to enter this secret realm. Do any of you fellow Taoists have an issue with that? Knowing Ouyang Feng had reached the deity transformation realm and was now the strongest master in Huangzhou, everyone bowed their heads in submission. We shall obey the Lord's decree. The members of the Banshan sect shouted proudly. With a deity transformation master here, who dares oppose us? All hail the sect master. Ouyang Feng was basking in their flattery when dark clouds suddenly rolled in, crackling with intense lightning. A massive flying ship emerged from the clouds. A voice boomed from the vessel. The Tianwu sacred palace has arrived. You Huangzhou savages, back off immediately. The Wying sect is here. If you know what is good for you, get lost. This ancient secret realm belongs to our Huangji sect. Don't even dream of fighting us for it. Sitting on the main throne inside the ship was King Zhenan of the Shuntian dynasty, a powerful master at the late stage of the deity transformation realm. Ouyang Feng was shocked when he sensed the power level of the newcomers. So Huangzhou actually has a deity transformation cultivator? But then, he received an even bigger shock. There were literally hundreds of deity transformation experts on those ships. I went through endless hardships to break through to the deity transformation realm, reigning as a legendary living figure in Huangzhou for over 100,000 years. And yet, outside of Huangzhou, am I really that insignificant? Faced with their overwhelming power, Ouyang Feng bowed humbly and said, "Fellow Taoists, I am Ouyang Feng, the ancestor of the Banshan sect. You can just call me Xiao Feng." A cultivator from the Shuntian dynasty sneered, "You shameless old fool, who do you think you are trying to cozy up to us? Get down there and wait, there's nothing for you here. Even if you savages from Huangzhou manage to break through to the deity transformation realm, you are still nothing but low-born trash. How dare you act like our equals? Scram, old man, get out of our sight." Ouyang Feng's face darkened at the insults. Fellow Taoists, the conditions in Huangzhou may be harsh, but the living beings here are not trash. We are all cultivators of the deity transformation realm. Why should I just sit back and let you step all over me? He thought to himself, my disciples are all watching me. If I run away now and beg for my life, how will I ever hold my head high in Huangzhou again? Summoning his sword, Ouyang Feng declared with immense authority, Huangzhou may be poor, but we do not fear a fight. If any of you have a problem, step forward and face me. On the opposing side, everyone unleashed their power, roaring arrogantly, "You stubborn old fool, you're asking for death. Let us kill this old dog together." But another voice cut in, "Wait, everyone." It was King Zhenan. He pointed a contemptuous finger at the ancestor and said, "This old geezer is just a pathetic cultivator from a tiny corner of Huangzhou. If word got out that we all ganged up on him, wouldn't we become the laughingstock of the world? Tell you what, although I am far from my peak, I can crush him with just one hand." Raising his hand, he sneered, "You old dog, I will show you the massive, insurmountable gap between us." A colossal palm strike descended from the heavens. Refusing to back down, Ouyang Feng swung his sword fiercely, unleashing waves of brilliant sword light. Pulling back his hand, King Zhenan frowned and muttered, "You old bastard, it seems I underestimated you. But if that's the case, let's see how you handle this." His eyes turned bloodshot as he funneled his energy into a second attack. A gigantic, spiked mace crashed down toward Ouyang Feng. "You stubborn fool, old man, I am going to tear you to pieces." The mace slammed directly into Ouyang Feng's position, triggering a violent explosion. The ancestor spat out a mouthful of blood, desperately channeling his remaining energy into his sword, then slammed it hard into the ground. "You went back on your word. You're a dirty liar, a total disgrace to the Eastern Territory. Dying for honor is nothing. This old man has only one thing to say to you. The cultivators of Hong Province will never be humiliated." Nam Vuong swung his mace once more. "Then let me grant your wish." But what he didn't expect was a magic array appearing right above him. A majestic voice echoed, "Amitabha, why is it so lively here today?" The disciples gasped in shock. "That's Grandmaster Tin Tien of Huyen Kong Temple from Buda Province." The sudden appearance of Tin Tien and Tien Not left everyone in awe, followed closely by the young master of the Tuong family. Thien Not was known as the #1 cultivation family in Lin province, while Tin Thien quietly chanted Amitabha. Duongfang felt a suffocating pressure wash over him. They've already reached the body integration stage. Just then, another ship emerged from a spatial rift. A voice from the deck sneered, "Hong province stands absolutely no chance of winning." Everyone was even more shocked to see them. The Vu Hoa sect from Than province is here too. This time, the strongest sects of Eastern province had all gathered. Oh my god. They recognized the man leading the group. He was none other than Holy Sun Tran Kyo of the Vu Hoa sect. I've heard of him. He possesses the Sun Divine body and is completely invincible among those in the same realm. Without a doubt, he is the brightest rising star in the future of the Eastern Territory. 100,000 years from now, he will be the one writing the legends. But some were shocked to see him. Tran Q. Isn't he the young sect master of the Fong Loi sect? He is actually one of our own from Hoang province. Tran Q thought to himself, being from Hoang province was the exact reason I faced discrimination when I first joined the Vu Hoa sect. It absolutely disgusts me. An elder from the Vu Hoa sect angrily unleashed his true energy, striking at the crowd below. The holy son of our Vu Hoa sect is not someone you worthless ants from Hoang province can gossip about. Show some respect. It's disgusting to listen to you. Die. Before several cultivators could even react, they were instantly wiped out. Even Nam Vuong had to bow in respect before the Vu Hoa sect, saying, "Holy Sun Tran, these broke cultivators from Hoang province, why don't you let me handle them? To save you the trouble of dirtying your hands, Holy Sun." He coldly replied, "Do as you wish." The members of the Huyen Thien sect quietly watched from a distant cliff. Hunyen exclaimed, "I knew it. The secret realm has opened. That old dog Tran's son is definitely going to rush over here. Luckily, our Huyen Thien sect hasn't revealed itself yet." Duke True suggested, "Sect Master, while they're busy fighting over the secret realm, we should quickly leave Hoang province and go into hiding for a while." Thien Tuyet chimed in, "We still have to see what Junior Brother Deep is going to do. He's the only hope for our Huyen Thien sect." Wait, where are Junior Brother Deep and his disciple? Hunien's jaw dropped in absolute shock. Wait, is that who I think it is? Thien Tuyet was just as shocked to see Quan Lam's group appear, Junior Brother Deep and the others. They actually went over there? Tran Q is right there. Heading over now is basically a death wish. Duongfang sincerely warned Quan Lam, "Kid from the Huyen Thien sect, don't do anything rash." He subtly tried to tell him to stay away. Hearing this, Quan Lam's face darkened. "Damn it, how dare these outsiders come here and step all over us?" He loudly announced, "Hoang province can't survive without me. Nobody move a muscle. Every single one of you, freeze right there." Tran Q was infuriated by this audacity and snapped, "Who goes there? Show yourself and state your name." Looking at him with a dark expression, he replied, "I'm your daddy, Quan Lam." This sudden appearance sent the crowd of cultivators into a frenzy of whispers. Quan Lam. Isn't he the peak master of Fu Mu Peak? But isn't he only in the nascent soul stage? Isn't he just walking straight to his death? Seeing him, Tran Q's eyes flared with pure rage. Huyen Thien sect. Quan Lam. In stark contrast, Quan Lam remained completely unfazed. "Why so worked up? Do you have a problem with me? Did you kill the sect master of the Fong Loi sect?" "Oh, you mean that idiot?" "Yeah, I remember that old man. He kept bragging about his son having the talent to become an immortal. Let me ask you, are you that son of his?" Tran Kyo growled. "I am his son." Quan Lam put on an innocent face and replied, "Oh dear, so you're the son of that idiot." This mockingly dismissive attitude pushed Tran Q over the edge. "You, Quan Lam, I will tear you apart." Nam Vuong immediately stepped forward to volunteer. "Holy Sun Tran, let me capture this suicidal fool and hand him over to you to deal with." He arrogantly drew his sword. "Kid, you dare show disrespect to the Holy Sun? Now you will pay for your sins." Suddenly, Thien Diep stepped up to take action. Seeing him, the man sneered mockingly. Well, where did this beauty come from?" But Thien Diep simply unleashed a devastating palm strike, surging with raging flames right at his opponent. Die. The strike, called the Blazing Void Lotus, carried a wave of inextinguishable flames that threatened to completely consume Nam Vuong. He struggled desperately to resist, having never expected his opponent to be this terrifyingly strong. Within seconds, his entire body was completely engulfed and consumed by the inextinguishable flames. The cultivators of Hoang province could only watch with their jaws dropped. A soul transformation cultivator died just like that? Since when did our Huang province have such an ridiculously powerful master? Duangfang felt a deep wave of shame. To think he still called himself the #1 cultivator of Huang province. There was truly always a bigger fish. Having completed his task, Thiendiep calmly turned and walked back. At your command, Master, those elders are completely dumbfounded. To think that powerful senior is actually Peak Master Ye's disciple. Damn it, who the hell said Peak Master Yi is only in the nascent soul realm? Can a nascent soul cultivator really take a soul formation master as a disciple? Step forward right now. I promise I won't beat you to death. Is the Xuantian sect really this powerful? The group from the Xuantian sect has arrived. You, Nian, warns him. Junior brother Ye, do you have any idea what you're doing? That's the Yuhua sect. You need to run now. We'll buy you some time. Dezhu chimes in. Exactly. As long as the Xuantian sect has you, we still have a chance to make a comeback. You absolutely cannot let anything happen to you here. Yu Junlin calmly reassures them. Sect master, relax. I'm perfectly fine. Let me introduce you to my disciple. Linger respectfully bows to greet them. Linger pays respects to the seniors. Ye Junlin explains. After sorting out the issues in the Wei state, I recruited a new talent. She possesses a top-tier water spiritual root and is also the daughter of the Emperor of Wei. I think she'd be a perfect fit for Tianxiang Peak. Linger obediently approaches and bows to Tian Shui. Zhao Linger pays respects to Master. She thinks to herself, this little girl is pretty sharp. Suddenly, Chen Xiao's grim voice cuts through, shattering the peaceful atmosphere. Don't you dare ignore me. Yu Junlin and everyone from the Xuantian sect must pay with their lives for my father's death. Yi Junlin, get over here and accept your death, he replies with utter disdain. Fight you? You aren't even worthy. Xiao Hong, get out there and teach him some manners. Qianye thinks in frustration. Why do I feel like a watchdog? She channels all her rage, transforming into a blazing inferno and charging straight at Chen Xiao. He blocks her with one hand, then sneers arrogantly. Coward, you don't even dare to face this holy sun yourself? Qianye charges forward with overwhelming aura, shouting, to deal with the likes of you, my master doesn't need to lift a finger. Chen Xiao senses danger and realizes her power is extraordinary, making him want to recruit her. With your incredible strength and stunning beauty, why throw your life away in some pathetic, minor sect? If you surrender to me, I promise the Yuhua sect will treat you like royalty. Without a moment's hesitation, Qianye replies, not interested. Seeing her close the distance, he urgently tries to persuade her. My lady, won't you reconsider? She looks down on him with utter contempt. My master was right about you. Your father was an idiot, and you're just as brainless. Qianye's stubborn, unyielding attitude completely triggers Chen Xiao's murderous intent. Fine. Since you want to do this the hard way, then go die. A violent torrent of energy erupts like a raging tornado toward her. Right before her eyes, the energy morphs into a roaring fire dragon. Qianye unleashes her meteor flame to counter it, extinguishing the roaring fire dragon in a single strike. Chen Xiao is absolutely stunned. She neutralized my attack that easily? Qianye coldly asks him, is that all you've got? With a dangerous look in his eyes, he replies, don't get cocky. This is only the beginning. With a loud roar, Chen Xiao's energy floods the entire area. He unleashes his Sun Divine Fist, raining down countless giant fists toward her. One of the elders gasps in shock. The Holy Sun's talent is truly peerless. Combining this peak heaven-grade Sun Divine Fist with his solar immortal body. Forget the soul formation stage. Even a body integration expert would probably be defeated. Chen Xiao gloats. You brought this on yourself. Meanwhile, the members of the Xuantian sect look on with deep anxiety. Chen Xiao smugly waits to see his opponent crushed, but Qianye doesn't have a single scratch on her. She stands completely unscathed, protected by a lotus shield of her own creation. Chen Xiao's eyes widen in sheer disbelief. This is impossible. Unleashing his energy once more, he yells, I don't believe this. I have the potential to become an immortal. I am invincible among those of my own rank. He throws a full-force punch. Qianye merely scoffs. A frog at the bottom of a well. She thinks to herself, all the frustration I've endured under Ye Junlin is going to be unleashed on you. I'll show you the true meaning of humiliation. First, Qianye dodges his punch. With a casual wave of her hand, she completely shatters Chen Xiao's attack. She follows up with a swift slap that sends him stumbling back in disbelief. To think his ultimate move was neutralized so effortlessly by her, his punches felt like hitting a soft pillow, completely useless. Could it be that he truly is no match for her? Struggling to find his footing, Chen Xiao says defensively, "This level of reflexes and combat experience. I've never seen anything like this, even in the Yuhua sect. How could a pathetic little sect like the Xuantian sect ever deserve a disciple like her?" Qianye replies, "It's because you're weak, you absolute trash." The elders behind him cheer him on. "Holy son, don't doubt yourself. You are the ultimate genius handpicked from tens of thousands in the Yuhua sect. You possess the talent to become an immortal." Chen Xiao growls to himself, "I have the talent to become an immortal." He forces every drop of energy out from his dantian. "I haven't lost yet." He activates the solar sacred body's solar eclipse, unleashing an entry-level sovereign-grade divine ability with colossal power. Charging straight at Qianye, he roared, "Go die." He had completely lost his patience with her. How childish. "I will show you what it actually means to be invincible within the same realm," Qianye muttered with a chilling tone. An everlasting flame erupted, threatening to consume the entire space. Qianye vowed to show him the massive gap between them. 7-color burning flame. The two colossal forces clashed violently, leaving the spectators from the Xuantian sect completely jaw-dropped. Is this really the power of the deity transformation realm? This terrifying pressure could easily blow apart someone in the fusion realm. No one knew who would emerge victorious, until Chen Zhao was sent flying backward by Qianye's 7-color burning flame. Seeing his miserable defeat, everyone gasped in shock. He is the holy son of the prestigious Yuhua sect. Yet the Yuhua sect was the one who lost. In stark contrast to the battered Chen Xiao, Qianye stood completely unscathed, not a single scratch on her. She did not miss the chance to mock her defeated opponent. A mere grain of rice trying to compete with the brilliant full moon? The members of the Xuantian sect anxiously warned, "Junior brother Ye, your disciple is incredibly strong." But even though she defeated Chen Xiao, the Yuhua sect still has so many elders with them. "You guys should grab this chance and run." But he simply replied, "Relax, there is no need to worry. Xiao Hong, you did great today. Cook some extra food for me tonight." Qianye bowed politely and replied, "Thank you, master." Meanwhile, Elder Yan rushed to help Chen Xiao up. The crushing defeat had shattered his mind, leaving him muttering in despair, "I lost. I actually lost." Elder Yan tried his best to comfort him. "Holy son, please do not let this break you." But he only whimpered, "Elder Yan, I lost. I am not invincible within my realm after all. I have brought shame upon the Yuhua sect." Elder Yan never expected their proud holy son to be defeated by a mere disciple from this desolate wasteland, causing his Tao heart to shatter. If this continued, the reputation of the Yuhua sect would be dragged through the mud. He pressed on, "Holy son, do not overthink it. Your future is still incredibly bright. You are the one with the talent to become an immortal." He knew he had to stabilize the holy son's Tao heart first. Only by wiping out these barbarians of Huangzhou could they restore the absolute authority of the Yuhua sect. To restore the holy son's confidence, he roared to his men, "Hurting the holy son of our Yuhua sect is an unforgivable sin. Who will step forward to exterminate these filthy barbarians of Huangzhou?" Another elder stepped up, declaring, "Let me do it." The onlookers from the Shuntian dynasty were deeply shocked. The foundation of the Yuhua sect was truly terrifying to think they had 9 fusion realm cultivators accompanying them for a single trip. Even though that female disciple managed to defeat the holy son, he was only in the deity transformation realm. Facing someone in the fusion realm now is like throwing an egg against a rock. What a waste of such incredible talent. Such a pity, truly a pity. The hostile elder lunged straight at Qianye with lethal intent, causing her to cry out in panic. "Master!" Junlin calmly reassured her, "Do not worry, Xiao Hong, leave this to me." His sheer composure stunned all the cultivators of the Xuantian sect. Is Peak Master Ye of the Xuantian sect actually in the fusion realm? Our Huangzhou has produced a heavenly lord. We have never seen such glory in all of history. I thought Peak Master Ye's disciple was already a big enough blow to my ego, but to think he is actually a heavenly lord. And here I was, calling myself the #1 in Huangzhou. How ridiculous. Meanwhile, Junlin's opponent was unleashing his chi with all his might. The fusion realm? So what? Do you seriously think you are worthy of facing me? His chi condensed into a massive hand. To dare disrespect our holy son, you filthy barbarians of Huangzhou are dead meat. As the overwhelming power crashed down, Junlin effortlessly blocked it with a barrier. Is that all you have got? The elder gasped in disbelief, never expecting him to remain so completely relaxed. In the blink of an eye, Junlin closed the distance and appeared right in front of him, leaving him speechless. You! A powerful palm strike from Junlin sent him scrambling to defend. Is this really the best you can do? Junlin asked mockingly. In truth, even he was surprised. Who would have thought that integrating the Supreme Bone would make his physical strength this insane? Just his raw physical power alone was enough to crush anyone of the same rank. Sensing that things were going south, Elder Yan barked, "Attack together! Kill him!" Instantly, all the top fighters of the Wind Thunder sect lunged forward. Single-handedly, Junlin unleashed the Human King seal to clash with the onslaught of attacks. In an instant, the entire crowd was sent flying backward. Every single one of them was severely injured, coughing up blood. One of them cried out in disbelief, "What kind of divine ability is this? His strength is terrifying. Everyone, use your treasures to crush him," one elder roared, summoning the Bu sword. The others also unleashed their strongest magical treasures, joining forces to strike Junlin down. Yet, he stood proud and tall, his chi swirling around him like a raging tornado. Jingtian sighed anxiously, "Amitabha, mercy, mercy. I fear this benefactor is heading towards a grim fate." Tianyi scoffed inwardly. This bald donkey is a total hypocrite. He acts all compassionate on the outside, but his backhanded schemes are so vile that even I find them disgusting. But honestly, a monster like him should just die as soon as possible so he doesn't cause any more trouble. Union and Deju shouted in panic, "We're doomed. Junior brother Ye is in grave danger. I told him from the start we should have run. Even if he wanted to run, he couldn't anymore," Tiansui calmly reminded them. "What do you guys even know?" Qianye was looking forward to this. Having witnessed his extraordinary power in the Wei Kingdom, she was certain he still had plenty of tricks up his sleeve. "Let me see what else you're hiding." Junlin didn't disappoint her. "If that's the case, then get a load of this." With a divine ability from the Supreme Bone, the entire area was instantly blinded by the dazzling light of his Supreme Bone skill. No one from the Xuantian sect could see what had just happened. What on earth was this energy? All they saw was a massive wave of energy surging from Junlin toward his opponents. Unable to fight back, the crowd could only scream, "We're dead! Elder Yan, save us!" Elder Yan channeled his spiritual energy, utterly shocked that this kid was proving to be such a handful. "The Holy Sun is severely injured. If even my fellow elders fall here, how am I supposed to explain this when I go back?" Forming his true energy into an arrow, he launched it at his opponent. Instantly, he materialized right behind Junlin. "Awesome! That's Elder Yan's grade 3 spiritual weapon, the Futu Pagoda. It's the ultimate treasure that got him promoted to Grand Elder. We're saved. It ends here. Destroy him." But he had no idea he had just walked right into Junlin's trap, just what I wanted. "I was waiting specifically for you." As a wave of fire erupted, the system pinged. Detection complete. An enemy at the peak fusion realm is attacking the host. Activating passive effect. The stronger the enemy, the stronger I get. You have now obtained the perfect fusion realm cultivation level. Elder Yan's power was quickly being overwhelmed. He exerted every ounce of his strength just to maintain his spiritual energy. Sensing Junlin's terrifying aura, he shrieked in horror, "You! How did you hide your cultivation level?" 2 palm strikes exploded from Junlin's hands, unleashing a blinding light that tore through the darkness, splitting the entire space in half. Left battered and in tatters, Elder Yan swallowed his pride and surrendered. "Senior, we admit defeat today. The Yuhua sect will voluntarily withdraw from the competition for this secret realm." But Junlin swung his hand forward. "You think you can just come and go as you please? Die, all of you." The elder desperately tried to reason with him. "If you push us to the brink like this, aren't you afraid of the Yuhua sect's wrath?" "Wait, I get it now. Elder Mu of the Outer Sect. You're the one who killed him." With Junlin's colossal hand closing in, he replied, "Spot on. Since I've already offended everyone anyway, why shouldn't I just go on a satisfying killing spree?" Just like that, Elder Yan was blown into tiny fragments. The onlookers were utterly dumbfounded. How could this even happen? A mere cultivator from the desolate province had actually crushed a respected elder of the Yuhua sect with a single hand. Tianyi thought to himself, with the elders dead and Chen Xiao's Dao heart shattered, the reputation and power of the Yuhua sect are going to take a devastating hit. But hey, this means the future of the eastern region is going to be incredibly fun to watch. Chen Xiao thought in absolute terror. Even Elder Yan was no match for him. I had no idea the monster who murdered my father was this incredibly strong. Will I ever be able to get my revenge? The members of the Wind Lightning sect cried out, "Oh no! The elders are all dead. We need to get the Holy Sun out of here, now. Activate the golden vessel, hurry!" Qianye said with an angry scoff. "You guys had your fun showing off, and now you want to run?" Unleashing a torrent of fire, she roared, "Die, all of you." The other cultivators were deeply unsettled. Having wiped out the elders of the Yuhua sect, she now wanted to slaughter their holy son as well. This was pure ruthlessness. This master-disciple duo is absolutely insane. Chanting Amitabha, Jingchan intervened in the chaotic battle, summoning a colossal palm that transformed into a shield to block the oncoming damage. He advised her, "Female benefactor, an eye for an eye only leaves the whole world blind. Why must you pursue them to their deaths?" Qianye couldn't care less. "Hey, you bald donkey, don't think I can't see right through your Buddhist sect's little schemes. You just want the Yuhua sect to owe you a favor, don't you? Your extreme hypocrisy utterly disgusts me." Smiling with a friendly facade, Jingchain replied, "Please do not speak so recklessly, female benefactor. Your prejudice against the Buddhist path is far too deep. You are on the verge of falling into the demonic path. I advise you to restrain yourself." But Qianye completely ignored him. "Back in the central region, the thing I hated most was hypocritical Buddhist cultivators like you. You're clearly driven by selfish interests, yet you beat around the bush, pretending to act in the name of righteousness. And so what if I join the demonic path? I don't need you lecturing me." Realizing his words were useless, his demeanor shifted instantly. He said in a dark, cold voice, "You are utterly stubborn and refuse to repent. Since that is the case, let me purify your soul." Junlin immediately felt a terrifying pressure radiating from the bald donkey. The old monk actually possessed a peak fusion realm cultivation level, he thought to himself. Quan Lam stepped up to his side. "What is this? Is someone trying to bully my disciple while I am away?" Jing Chan stopped what he was doing and calmly replied, "Peak Master Ye, you misunderstand. This old monk only wanted to offer this junior a little guidance." Quan Lam said arrogantly, "Guidance? Are you even worthy? He is a true immortal starting his cultivation over. How is it a moldy old monk like you, who barely reached the body integration stage, gets to guide him?" Tianye bowed gratefully to Quan Lam. "Thank you for your support, Master. This useless disciple of yours only wanted to stop that airship from escaping, but this bald fraud stepped in to block me, letting them get clean away." Jing Chan's expression remained unchanged as he smiled and said, "Amitabha, bless you. This old monk merely felt that things had gone too far, so I stepped in to help make amends for you. If you insist on placing the blame, then this old monk has nothing left to say. Farewell." Quan Lam blocked him. "Whoa, acting all high and mighty and now you are trying to slip away? Freeze right there." Jing Chan whipped around and asked, "Peak Master Ye, what is the meaning of this?" He believed that the Xuankong Temple was the leading Buddhist power in the Eastern Territory. "Since you just offended the Yuhua sect, I am sure you would not dare to offend the Xuankong Temple as well." But his calculations were dead wrong when Quan Lam barked out, "A moldy old monk like you sure is a piece of work. You did absolutely nothing but still claim all the credit, while dumping all the blame onto my head. Since you are so good at math, why don't you calculate when you are going to die?" Insulted to his core, Jing Chan finally lost his temper. "Peak Master Yi, you have gone too far." Quan Lam pushed even harder. "I like going too far. What are you going to do about it?" As a massive fist came crashing down, Jing Chan roared, "Golden Bell Shield." His entire body was protected inside a giant bell, but the overwhelming pressure from the outside shattered his golden bell shield instantly. All the monks from the Xuankong Temple of Fozhou gathered. Jing Chan brandished his staff, yelling, "You go too far. Do you think my Xuankong Temple is a pushover? Since Benefactor Ye started this fight, don't blame this old monk for showing no mercy. Om Mani Padme Hum." Master Jing Chan, at the peak of the body integration stage, unleashed his full power. The onlookers gasped in terror. Is that the Dharma aspect divine ability of the Xuankong Temple? And he is even using the third-grade spiritual artifact, the 9-ringed staff, even though that guy Quan Lam is also at the peak of the body integration stage. Facing this attack, he is practically nothing. Is this guy Ye a reincarnated pig or what? Why on earth would he offend the Xuankong Temple out of nowhere? Does he think he has lived too long? Jing Chan said with a hypocritical display of kindness, "Benefactor Ye, this old monk gave you a chance, but you are just too foolish. So, allow this old monk to deliver you to the afterlife." A devastating wave of energy surged from the hand of the Dharma aspect, crashing down to obliterate Quan Lam. Yet, our guy remained completely unfazed. Gathering true chi in his palm, a massive heaven-burying coffin materialized, completely blocking all of his enemies' attacks. Jing Chan's power was completely sucked away. His jaw dropped as he watched in disbelief. Even I didn't expect the heaven-burying coffin to break through along with my cultivation level, upgrading from a 3rd grade spiritual artifact to a 6th grade one. He mocked his opponent. Is that all your divine ability can do? Then get in here, all of you. The entire crowd of monks was pulled into the heaven-burying coffin by a terrifying suction force. They screamed, "What is this thing? Master, save us." Jing Chan thought in terror. An evil artifact. How does your Xuantian sect possess such a wicked thing? He cried out to the other sects for help. Everyone, this man is an evil cultivator. Quickly, join forces and slay him. But not a single soul dared to step forward. I mean, who would be stupid enough to help at a time like this? Behind him, Tianye watched Quan Lam and smirked. This guy really is still hiding some tricks up his sleeve. Jing Chan struggled against the pull and tried to reason with him. Benefactor Ye, Amitabha. You have already made an enemy of the Yuhua sect. Are you truly determined to make an enemy of the largest Buddhist power in the Eastern Territory as well? Quan Lam ramped up his power. What I hate most is hypocrites like you. Save your breath and get inside. In the end, Jing Chan was helplessly sucked into the heaven-burying coffin. The coffin swallowed every single monk. Holding the coffin with one hand, Quan Lam asked in a chilling tone, "Anyone else?" The other factions were too terrified to even move. They all shared the exact same thought. Who would dare step up now? This is way too terrifying. Yu Nian and Dezhu cheered at the same time. Awesome! Incredible job, junior brother. Oh my god, am I dreaming? Seeing Dezhu's disbelief, a sharp slap landed right on his face. Holding his cheek in grievance, he asked, "Junior sister, why did you hit me?" She asked, "Does it hurt?" Dezhu yelled, "No kidding, of course it hurts." Tian Shui said coldly, "Then you are not dreaming." Yang Feng was still staring blankly at Quan Lam's figure in the distance. Did Huangzhou actually win? He couldn't believe that this guy had suppressed the entire crowd single-handedly. All the cultivators of Huangzhou cheered. Long live the Heavenly Lord. The Heavenly Lord is mighty. The Heavenly Lord's divine power is absolute. Tian Yi thought jealously, how can this be? Is this really Huangzhou? Did we come to the wrong place? I thought this Ye guy was practically begging for death over and over. I never expected him to deal a heavy blow to the Yuhua sect, the strongest sect in the Eastern Territory, and even trap the entire force of the Xuankong Temple from the Buddhist sacred ground and getting sucked into that coffin again. But honestly, now that he has pissed off both the Yuhua sect and the Xuankong Temple, he is probably going to face endless revenge. If he actually has what it takes to disrupt the power balance in the Eastern region, that is even better for us. When the time comes, our Jiang family can just sit back and reap all the benefits. As the gate to the secret realm finally grinds open, the surrounding cultivators gasp in awe. Awesome. The secret realm is finally open. This is the first time in my life I have ever seen a secret realm, this magnificent. But wait, are we even allowed to go inside? Junlin is the first to dash right in, filled with anticipation. It is finally open. Now I can head inside and check in to complete my mission. Oh, wait, I almost forgot about the crowd still lingering outside. I need to deal with them first. With a cold look, he barks out an order. Any cultivator from our desolate province has the right to enter and explore. But as for the rest of you outsiders, beat it. This order immediately infuriates Tianyi. He protests, arguing that since the Jiang family has no grudge against the Xuantian sect, it makes no sense to deny them entry. It is just a shame that our ancestor isn't here right now. One of his men quickly steps in to urge caution, saying, "Young master, let him enjoy his little moment of glory. He is bound to meet a miserable end anyway, so there is no point in picking a fight with a dead man walking." Tianyi has no choice but to back down, muttering, "You are right. If you want to destroy someone, you have to let them go wild first. An arrogant jerk like him won't survive for long anyway. Let us go." With the Jiang family backing off, the other cultivators from outside provinces have no choice but to leave in disappointment. Even the powerful Jiang family, the strongest faction left, chose to walk away. It seems absolutely no one dares to stand up to Junlin anymore. We traveled all this way just to go home empty-handed. But whatever. Let him enjoy his 15 minutes of fame. Let us just sit back and watch the show. Once all the outsiders have cleared out, Junlin turns to his group and says, "All right, everyone, let us head in." Stepping into the Luotian's secret realm, he instantly feels refreshed by the incredibly crisp and clean air. Wow, I didn't expect the scenery inside this place to be so beautiful. This is actually pretty nice. Suddenly, a system notification pops up. Destination Luotian's secret realm reached. Would you like to claim your reward? Claim it. Congratulations, host. Check-in successful. You have received the Heavenly Emperor Dharma Avatar. With the Heavenly Emperor Dharma Avatar, the user can directly summon a giant avatar, which massively boosts their own power while granting access to several unique divine abilities. Junlin is thrilled. A Dharma Avatar? Now that is what I call a solid reward. Master Jingchan's Buddha Avatar was actually a real pain to deal with. If I hadn't used the heaven-burying coffin back then, that would have been one hell of a brutal fight. Meanwhile, the other cultivators are ecstatic as they stumble upon a goldmine of treasures throughout the area, including heavenly spirit herbs, purple crystal vines, golden ginseng, and even a 10,000-year blood pool. Man, this is all top-tier stuff. Seeing their excitement, Union chimes in to advise. All right, everyone, split up and gather the rare herbs, but don't wander too deep. Keep an eye out and cover each other's backs. Everyone responds in unison. Understood. Junlin originally planned to just complete his mission and head right out, but seeing how hyped his fellow disciples are, he figures he might as well stick around and explore a little more. One of the disciples points toward another path, saying, "Let us go search over there." The guy next to him nods. "Sounds good, I will go with you." But right at that moment, the ground beneath them suddenly erupts, and before they even know what hit them, both disciples end up straight inside the jaws of a monstrous beast. Union shouts out in panic. The beasts in this place are incredibly savage. Everyone, watch out. There is another one over here. We are surrounded. Fall back, everyone. There are golden core level monsters in this place. We can't afford to take them lightly. Tianye chimes in coldly. If you want to grab these resources, you'd better have the strength to back it up. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Sensing the imminent danger, a flock of birds scatters into the sky in sheer panic. Suddenly, a horde of savage white apes charges out of the dense forest. Union immediately rallies the disciples, shouting, "Get ready to fight!" Tianx wastes no time and strikes, easily taking one of them down with a single palm strike. Deju bravely swings his sword, slicing through the apes one by one. But the white apes only grow more savage, and one of them quickly grabs a female disciple, pinning her down completely. She screams at the top of her lungs, "Help me!" The other disciples instantly unleash their true chi, surrounding the beast and shouting, "Let her go, you filthy animal!" But to their horror, the white ape doesn't take a single scratch. It opens its hideous, gaping maw, ready to devour her. Closing her eyes in absolute terror, she begs, "No, please, someone save me." Just in the nick of time, a massive blast of fire shoots out, slamming directly into the white ape's thick back. Standing beside the charred corpse of the ape, Tianye sighs with relief. "Thank goodness you are all right." The rescued disciple immediately bows in gratitude, thanking Senior Sister Hong from the bottom of her heart. While fending off another ape charging at him, Union yells out, "Niece Hong, having you here really puts my mind at ease. Please look after the other disciples. These white apes have nascent soul-level cultivation, and there are shockingly too many of them. Plus, they are insanely fast, so make sure you stay on your guard too." The pack of white apes immediately locks onto her, charging in unison. Tianye just scoffs coldly, casually releasing a blast of true chi as she sneers. "Are you guys begging for death?" In an instant, the entire pack of white apes is swallowed whole by a raging inferno. Witnessing this, the other disciples cheer in awe. "Senior Sister Hong is so badass. She really is on another level. She really is the true successor of Peak Master Ye." But Tianye quickly cuts them off, barking, "All of you, shut the hell up." He wondered where that Yi family bastard had gone. Meanwhile, over on Junlin's side, everything was completely peaceful. Staring at the scene before him, he called out, "System, you said there was a strange energy fluctuation here. Are you absolutely sure it is in this direction?" The system replied, "Yes, host. This is the place. The new quest is right inside. The rewards are much more generous than the last seal. Deep inside the Luo Tian mystic realm, right by the Da Luo Immortal tree, the members of the Stone Clan were waiting for the Da Luo Immortal fruit to finally ripen. One clan member suggested, But opening the Da Luo mystic realm has allowed outsiders to invade our territory. We need to take action and deal with them. The Stone Clan chief, who was at the peak of the integration realm, replied, I think dividing the Da Luo immortal fruit is our most urgent matter right now. The Beast Clan chief, also at the peak of the integration realm, chimed in, once we consume this immortal fruit, we will obtain the Da Luo immortal physique. After that, any intruders we run into will be crushed like worthless bugs. The Feather Clan chief said with some hesitation, but right now, the Da Luo immortal fruit is being hogged by that white-furred rat. We still do not even know where to start. The Armor and Scale Clan chiefs replied, who could have known the fruit would ripen so suddenly? Even we did not have time to react. The Scale Clan chief, at the peak of the integration realm, said, there is nothing we can do. It has already eaten the immortal fruit, and the Da Luo immortal tree has accepted it. We cannot attack it right now, or the immortal tree will retaliate against us. The Wood Clan chief offered the best solution. It seems our only choice is to wait until it finishes digesting the fruit, then we can capture it, use a secret technique to refine it, and split it among ourselves. That would be fair and reasonable. The Wood Clan chief, who was at the peak of the integration realm, added, I swear, and the Beast Clan chief also vowed, I will make this greedy thief of a white rat pay a painful price. They noticed the glow starting to fade. The beast was almost done digesting it. Shushu raised its paw, having just broken free, and said happily, man, Shushu had such a great nap. Faced with the glaring eyes of the clan chiefs, Shushu felt a bit scared. Hello, big brothers. Is there something you need Shushu for? If not, then Shushu will be on his way now. The Beast Clan chief roared and lunged forward. How is this rotten rat so incredibly fast? The effects of the Da Luo immortal fruit are truly extraordinary. The Wood Clan chief whipped his branches to chase it and ordered, stop screaming and just catch it. The withered branches were about to grab Shushu. Stop right there, you little beast. It tried to negotiate. Squeak, big brothers, let's talk this out slowly. Shushu is a highly reasonable mouse, you know. Spotting a space-time crack right in front of it, it gasped, Squeak, help! Right before the wooden hand could grab it, Shushu dove through the crack just in time. Its eyes spun as it jumped through, feeling completely dizzy. Where on earth did Shushu just end up? Who am I? Where am I? The Feather Clan chief unleashed a rain of feather arrows, shocked. To think it gained the ability to teleport through space right after digesting the fruit. If we let you escape, fully digest it, and become an immortal beast, it would be a total nightmare. So, just be a good boy and die right here. Sky full of flying feathers. Struck by the sharp feathers, it cried out, Shushu is in so much pain. Shushu doesn't want to die. Shushu must stay strong and survive. Is this really the end? From behind, the Stone Clan chief roared, unleashing a wave of power that threatened to blow everything away. Shushu was blasted by the force, almost falling face first. Caught in the shockwave, Shushu tumbled right off the Da Luo immortal tree. It crashed hard to the ground. The Feather and Beast Clan chiefs jumped down together. You filthy rat, how dare you steal our Da Luo immortal fruit? Do you have any idea how precious it is? A lowly creature like you has no right to even touch it. You think you can run? Why aren't you running anymore? Did you really think eating that immortal fruit would give you the power to escape our grasp? Shushu tried to argue back. Well, did it have your names written on it? Why shouldn't Shushu be allowed to eat it? And now you are blaming Shushu. Do you know how much this hurts Shushu's feelings too? The Stone Clan chief demanded. Do you have any idea that the Da Luo immortal tree supports this entire mystic realm, and it takes countless eons just to bear a single Da Luo immortal fruit? Anyone who swallows it obtains the Da Luo immortal physique, the ultimate, invincible body that ranks at the very top of the Kunlun immortal realm. Our people have waited for hundreds of generations, and finally got our wish to see the Da Luo immortal fruit. But who could have guessed a bastard like you would beat us to it? Tell me, shouldn't you pay with your life so that the fruit's energy can return to where it belongs? Only now did Shushu realize the gravity of his mistake. What? The fruit Shushu stole was actually that important? Am I really going to die here? Is there any hero out there who can save Shushu? The Stone Clan chief reached out with a sinister hand. Die. Suddenly, a powerful force surged forward, stopping him dead in his tracks. The Stone Clan chief froze and gasped. This pressure. Who is this? Junlan merely let out a soft chuckle as he stepped toward them. Before even greeting them, he asked, Sis, you said it was over here? Wait, this massive energy fluctuation. Is it actually coming from inside this little white mouse? The system confirms with a ding. Exactly. This mouse just swallowed a Daluo Immortal fruit, and its body is already refining a Daluo Immortal physique, giving it insane potential. Ding! A new disciple recruitment quest has appeared. If you successfully take this white-furred mouse as your disciple, you'll score a massive reward. Junlin smirks. A Daluo Immortal physique, huh? Now that's interesting. Just then, Shushu looks up at him with teary eyes and begs, "Oh, great hero. Please save Shushu. These bad guys want to eat Shushu." Junlin can't help but sigh. Why does this feel so familiar? How come every single time I recruit a disciple, I end up having to rescue them first? What am I, Tong San Zong or something? But honestly, it's not a bad deal. Xiao Hong is a total rebel, but this chubby little white mouse looks super obedient. Having it as a disciple might actually be nice. Suddenly, the Beast Clan chief swings his massive mace right at him, roaring, "You arrogant intruder! How dare you look down on us? I'll make you pay for this." But Junlin effortlessly blocks the strike with just one hand. He glares at them coldly and warns, "This mouse is mine. Back off now, and I might just let you live. Get lost." The Stone Clan chief sneers. "We are both at the peak of the integration realm. Who do you think you are to talk to us like that?" The other chiefs immediately chime in. "Exactly. Let's team up and crush this arrogant fool." Junlin just gives them a cold stare before launching a devastating palm strike straight into the Beast Clan chief's stomach. The chief is sent flying backward, spitting blood. He gasps in disbelief. How? How can a simple strike from this guy carry so much raw power? The Feather Clan chief unleashes a deadly rain of arrows, screaming, "You filthy human. You're asking for death." Junlin's eyes narrow. "Fine. If you're going to be this stubborn, then I'm not holding back anymore." He unleashes the great desolate imprisoning heaven finger. A terrifying wave of fire surges forward, threatening to burn everything to ashes as it rains down heavily on the chiefs. The Wood Clan chief desperately summons a shield to block the blast, shouting, "Don't push us too far." He quickly channels his wood attribute chi to heal the Stone Clan chief. Junlin is slightly surprised as another flame erupts from his hand. "Oh? You guys actually know how to play support? Now this is getting interesting." Perfect. This is the perfect chance to test out my new reward. With a thought, he summons the Heavenly Emperor avatar. Just watch as Junlin unleashes his true, terrifying form.